Everybody's tired, but nobody can deny. Yes, you know I get it, I'm getting free. Yeah, yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky, freaky on. 신경도 오다가 제일 yeah, yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky, freaky on. 신경도 오다가 제일 girl, 나는 bossy, bossy. I'ma be alright, cause you know 나는 갑이야. Yeah, yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky, freaky on. 신경도 오다가 제일.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to NODWIN Valorant Conquerors Championship. Grooming partner is going to be Gillette, and digital publication partner is going to be Talk Esports. I'm going to be your host, Caster Necro. Unfortunately, not going to be the analyst because that chair has been taken away by CA. But yeah, it has been an absolute roller coaster of rides, a roller coaster of emotions, actually. And throughout the entire VCC, we have seen some legendary teams qualify without a doubt. I mean, before this, it was the Nepal and Bhutan qualifiers, and we did see an absolute, incredible turn of affairs in that because NODWIN Gaming was the one who completely stomped their enemies and managed to come out on top in that previous one. But now today's gonna be the matchup. The first semifinal matchup is gonna be between Crash Landing on You and it's gonna be Union Gaming. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a close affair. It's gonna be a close call. But the main thing we really want to know is which team's going to be winning because, of course, we all are pretty excited for this. Let's be honest. But yeah, with that being said, unfortunately, I don't really have CA joined with me because he's having a little bit of issues here and there. But talking about what exactly happened in the quarterfinals and talking about the prize pool as well, of course, it's $33,000 prize pool on the line. First place is going to be getting $16,500. Second is going to be getting $8,000. And then the third is going to be getting $3,500. Third and fourth, maybe even the teams that are on the fourth, they shouldn't really feel bad. So yeah, third and fourth is going to be getting $3,500 in general. But yeah, getting back to the conversation that I was having, Crash Landing on You, they have their own unique peaks, right? So, for example, Crash Landing on You has banned Ascent in the quarterfinals, and then Crash Landing You actually likes to play on Heaven and Icebox. So the chances of the enemy team, that is of course going to be Union Gaming, them banning the map of Icebox, I feel like there are a massive chances of that, without a doubt, because I feel like Crash Landing, one thing they definitely know is that Union Gaming is really immaculate when it comes to playing on Ascent. But yeah, let's take a look at the overall schedule. India Qualifier 1 was already done, and Velocity Gaming was the team that actually came out on top, and they won, and they qualified for the playoffs. From Nepal and Bhutan Qualifier 1, I mean, we already see NODWIN Gaming, which came out on top, and they also won. They have found themselves a spot on there. From Pakistan, Afghanistan Qualifier 1, we also saw Salt Esports coming out, and they have qualified for the playoffs as well. 3 regions have been done up till now. I mean, up till now, 3 kind of finals has been done, and 3 teams have came out on top, and they have find themselves the kind of spot. But the team that is on that, kind of on that second place, which actually did qualify for the finals, and the teams that don't really have kind of that second place or second qualifier to go, and they have qualified themselves for the wild card. Here's the tournament explanation. This is what exactly talking about. India has 2 qualifiers, so even if the team did not manage to kind of qualify in the first qualifier, for example, Global Esports, they made it to the final. Unfortunately, they couldn't really qualify. That means they still have a chance in the second qualifier. Even if they don't really make it in the second qualifier, hopefully if they make it to the finals as well, then they will get themselves a slot in the wild cards as well. So that's going to be a pretty like neat kind of thing. Even if you are not really able to make it, you still do get that second chance for yourself, which is absolutely incredible. But yeah, on the other hand, getting back to the conversation that I was having with you lads, so I was really talking about what kind of map bans you might be able to see. So as I did say, expected map ban from Crash Landing, I feel like we might just see Ascent coming out because Union Gaming is really good on Ascent. And from what I think so, Union Gaming, there's a massive chance that they might just ban Icebox because in the qualifiers, they didn't really play Icebox in the quarterfinals. So I feel like even if they do ban here, I mean, Union Gaming don't really care about Icebox. On the other hand, though, if you talk about Crash Landing, they absolutely love Icebox. So there's a massive chance that Union Gaming will actually ban Icebox because there's just no kind of, downfall for them. They can easily ban Icebox without taking any kind of damage, mentally or not physically. But here we go. Taking a look at the brackets of SRI LANKA Maldives, as I did mention, it's going to be Chloe versus UG. And then in the second match of semifinals in the BO3, it's going to be WM versus LG. Now, of course, the Whiff Masters is going to be NA Whiff Masters. Now, getting back to our second matchup as well. of course, it's going to be really interesting because I have seen both these teams kind of. I have had the eyes on the stats as well, and with Master again. I mean, they have such kind of an incredible kind of composition when we talk about how they like to show their presence in the game. With Masters, of course, is a team that likes to kind of not really go that aggressive. They like to stay defensive, which is absolutely great. And I was talking about this in time and time, right? In the Nepal Bhutan region, we didn't really see that Sky being played a lot, and which was absolutely like kind of mind-boggling for me because Sky, Sky, of course, has been kind of a thing where a lot of teams, and it has been so much in the meta, including Viper. But yeah, if we talk about the map selection as well, I feel I mean I am able to see it, but unfortunately you guys can't really see it on your screen. So the pick is going to be heaven here from the lads of from the lads of from the lads of Crash Landing here, and then the pick another pick from Union Gaming is going to be Icebox, and then from Crash Landing again, Crash Landing is going to be peaking Breeze. Yes, producer, I do hear you.
Hey, I'm back, guys, and it's great to be back. We're here. As you can see on the veto, this is something we expected, right? The only thing I'm surprised about really is the split ban from the side of Union Gaming because given the fact that they did lose Haven in their quarterfinals and considering the fact that Crash Landing on You themselves are really good on Haven, I fully expected a Haven ban, but instead we're getting a split ban again. So I expect Union Gaming have something up this sleeve. They have that Haven prepared because otherwise Crash Landing on You definitely have an edge on that map.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, as you did mention. Now, I also had some kind of questions beforehand when I was trying to make some notes here. So I had a question where we did see some kind of incredible changes in the maps here and there. So from Crash Landing and Icebox, we saw Kiwi playing Sage on Icebox, and then instantly he changed on to Killjoy on the map of Bind and Heaven. So what do you think is kind of the main reason behind it? Now, of course, Sage is really important in Icebox, at least to get the plant onto B and A. You can always wall off those main kind of visual blocks there. But what do you think? So what other kind of mentality is behind this? Because Soul Viper over there was playing Killjoy on the map of Icebox because he's a duelist main. So that's a massive kind of change in the pace, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I definitely get what you're saying,
Yeah.
but I think it's very standard now. We've come to see it across many regions. Icebox is the one map where like the duelists have to adapt. You cannot have two duelists in general going
Yeah.
into Icebox, and if you do, you lose a lot of utility power. So I think that's the basic idea that in every other map where they can run a double duelist setup, they are running that double duelist setup. But of course, when it comes to the map of Icebox, they need that Sage, they need that Killjoy. So they have adapted themselves, and that's a very good point because it shows that they have the capability to do exactly that. But hey, now I think the biggest conversation for me is going to be how we expect to see this entire match going out. I'm not sure if the audience has got to see the predictions, but all of us have gone towards Union Gaming. I think I'm the
Yeah.
only exception where I predicted 3 maps as compared to everyone else predicting a 2-0. And I think I'm feeling more comfortable in my prediction now that we have in Haven. I'm a little confused about that itself. I want to see what comes through on Haven, especially
Yeah.
because we rarely get to see the Phoenix in these regions, and the Phoenix is ridiculously strong. If there is
Yeah.
going to be a Reyna instead of that Phoenix, I want to see that player pop the hell off, and that player is going to be Roach.
Exactly. I mean, Phoenix Rena, of course, they do have their own kind of uniqueness when it comes to there. But let's just take a look at the screen. We already do see the lads kind of on the agent select here. Chrome's as always, as expected, going on to race there. Rave, of course, the Soa made, so he's going to be sticking to Soa. But on the other hand, we already do see Sinbad going for Killjoy, Soul Viper for Astra. A little bit of interesting changes coming out. So, yeah, a little bit of interesting changes coming out. So, what do you think about this?
Really interesting here because if the Sage does get locked in, so it should be that Sky locked in as well for Thunderflash.
Yep.
Crash Landing on You coming up with some beautiful preparation. I think I love this, especially because if you look back to their stats, Deadshot is one of the key players for Crash Landing on You.
Yeah.
He's the player who makes the initial plays happen. He gets those first bloods, and because of that, he's continuously able to influence how the map goes. Now, this is especially important because now with the Sage and Sky in the lineup, I expect that Sage to be dedicated
Yeah.
battle sage. The only other player where she heals ends up being the Sky, and the Sky itself trying to set up Deadshot. Always very similar to what we saw in the Pakistan qualifiers, for example, between Prota and Butt Sahab. That duo between the Jet and Sky can be devastating if used properly.
Exactly, the duo between Jet and Sky, without a doubt, obviously it can be really devastating because, of course, there's a flashes coming out to support your duelist to make any kind of aggressive moves on the map. But yeah, as you were saying, because on the previous map of Heaven, right? I mean, we did see that Soa coming in as well, but we didn't really see any of that kind of any of that. Overall, this kind of agent selects coming out. So this is a complete curveball being thrown from their side. This is a complete curveball being thrown. So I myself, I'm pretty surprised to see what kind of game plan they have in their backpack.
Yeah, me as well. And given the fact that we're in the match, we're ready to get started. Let's get it going. It's going to be crash landing on you on the attacking side and starting it off strong. Deadshot with the first blood. This is exactly what I talked about. This player is intensely prolific in his ability to find those initial kills, and he started off on the absolute right note.
Yeah, definitely started off on that right note. But again, Chrome just want to gather a lot of info at the same time. Maybe if he's lucky enough to find some dinks, that would be, of course, a cherry on top of the cake, but still taking things a little slow here. Chrome's as well not really stepping his boundaries. He has gotten a decent amount of info that there were some players in the grass area and also some players in the window. So for now, they're trying to play things out a little safe. On grass, we already do see the spike, which is in the hands of the Killjoy. It really seems like it's going to be a fast C-Rush now. Anytime soon, we might just see them kind of, oh no. Wow, this is kind of an interesting kind of curveball being thrown. Look at that. Astro Sage out here to at least make as much sound as possible to try and fake things, because they did know Raze has already spotted some players in the mid, so sound has been given away. Maybe the rotations will come in through. Yes, we also do see that Reyna, but the kill is also going to be found, and that's going to be an easy entrance onto the A side.
Look at this. Roach is actually going a little too aggressive here. If he does manage to find the first kill on this round, he might be able to enable his team on the retake, but Sinbad realizes, puts up a nanostorm just to deny Roach that early entrance, and now he has to wait for his entire team. Chrome's on the flank, stopped by the turret, and crash landing on you have every single angle covered. Chrome's is being dealt with by two people, and then the other three members onto this side. It's gonna be Deadshot who starts us off, takes down Benji. Deadshot with another here, and Chrome just stuck trying to fight against the wall. Roach will get taken down, and it feels like Chrome will have no dice. It's a flawless first round to start off crash landing on you, and Union Gaming, it feels like their veto might end up crash landing on them.
Well, unfortunately, I mean, starting off with a good note, Deadshot might be feeling himself already. I mean, from what I saw, from what the stats I saw, one thing I was definitely clear is that Deadshot is the man of action. And this is what is clearly showing, right? That impactful player in the team who manages to get a lot of first bloods, and at the same time, who does a pretty great job, at least finding himself that opening onto the side and try and clear as much as space on the side. So, already do see the spike kind of outside grass there. I mean, nothing really much more complicated. They still haven't really decided where they exactly want to head, because Union Gaming is on an eco. Even if they manage to find like 2 kills for themselves, or I mean, this round can be pretty easy for them because you already do see that kind of hard eco being made from these lands. But Crohn's, the position this man has, if anyone just walks into his crosser and his shorty, I'm pretty sure there will be a devastating amount of damage.
Absolutely. Roach has invested into a Sheriff, so he needs to at least pick up a couple of kills to make that buy worth it. Otherwise, though, it is just crash landing on you, looking to secure a bonus for themselves with yet another flawless. Now, all of them having regrouped onto the C side. It's going to be the guiding light to start us off. The dash updraft from Deadshot, and he finds Benji over top. Misses a couple of shots, but Benji able to escape for now. Oh my god, will come in that denies, but Benji still manages to get a kill. That's huge, because now Roach coming through behind the wall, which wasn't set properly, managed to get a kill on River here. Roach with another clean button, finds the third as well. Roach going ham. What? With the Sheriff leaving Sinbad the last player standing. Chromes will pick up the Spectre and secure a thrifty round for Union Gaming. Oh my god, that second and third one tap from Roach was nutty.
It was absolutely incredible. Roach got her what? 3 headshots in a row, and at the same time Benji was down such low, he still managed to find some kills there. Absolutely great. I really like how much time Benji borrowed for Roach to make it inside, and Roach just with that beautiful mechanical aim easily getting that in his hands. Oh my god, I did not expect such an obliteration. With that one single sheriff, they managed to get so much value out of it. That's absolutely incredible.
Yeah. Thrifty coming out. We wanted to see a couple kills, but look at this. These players are just as stacked on either side. River himself has now got a clean first blood for his team. But at the end of the day, the Thrifty picked up, meaning this is a free bonus coming through for Union Gaming. They picked up a couple of Spectres. Roach is carrying on with the Sheriff. And in general, their setups are covered all around. You see that Sova just getting info towards A-Long, and Roach playing the contact swing approach towards his garage. Now picks up his fallen teammate Spectre, so he's just going to back right off. And with Reeve spotting out a couple players here, it's really up to Kusuf towards that mid to make sure no presence given there, because that's where they have the least amount of info.
Now look, the advantage is of course looking in the hands of Union Gaming, without a doubt, because they completely destroyed the enemy team here. But Cupsy, as always, I mean, expected pretty much. He found himself that opening. Thunder Flash taken down. And this is what I was really interested in, right? In quarterfinals, Thunder Flash was actually playing Sova in all the maps. And now when I see him play Sky, which is really good, I'm personally happy because you just see that Sky for that info kind of play here, which is absolutely great, right? This is finally some kind of international tactics being utilized in the SA scene, and I really like to see these. Well, take a look at that. C entry is already being made from the garage area. Benji's position still not compromised. Misses a couple of shots and will have to pay the price for that. Cupsy's there as well. That shot finding himself another big kill. That shot is doing a lot of work. Roach is there.
Roach?
Fine. Make a retake happen. Roach getting 3! Someone stop this man. Someone needs to full stop. Someone needs to put a full stop on this man right now. If they don't, he's going to be starting to feel himself, and probably he is. Peeking out again, and this man's confidence is on another level. He's not scared of anyone.
Roach with the 4K, despite dead shots, heroics denies a potential Thrifty from the side of Crash Landing on You. And I think with that round, the tempo and the pace of this game should settle down a little bit. Now going into the next round, it will be the buy coming out for Crash Landing on You. And that's where they're going to have to really make their move, because given the fact that they've lost so much momentum because of that one single Thrifty, they're in a very precarious position. You can see even Deadshaw, he had to not been able to afford a buy himself, is able to get his teammates a buy and then rely on his Bladestorm to cover it up. So it is more or less the same, especially considering a player of Deadshot's caliber, his mechanical skill should be able to make that Bladestorm itself work. But as you were talking about, this Sky change for the Sova that came in for the side of Crash Landing on You, really relying on Deadshot. There's a lot of pressure on him to make this change work, to find the value, and well, yeah, he certainly does. He's just so crisp, man.
I mean, yeah, there is a lot of pressure, but I feel like he's pretty good at handling that. This tells us it's not the first time that he has so much pressure on him. He's probably pretty comfortable doing these kind of plays inside the game. But look at that. Already the Bladestorm's out in the mid. He's slowly, steadily making his way up there as well. Benji has been spotted. You better watch out, Benji, this time. But unfortunately, the Bladestorm's... Oh, he only has 2 knives left on it. Did miss quite a couple of them, but again, oh no, that shot missing those crucial shots. Guardian will be there to kind of trade things out. Thunder Flash has already found the entry onto the seaside. The spike will be planted in 30 seconds. 5 seconds left in the clock. Benji, of course, is a man you do not really want to challenge single-handedly like that. And yes, you will be punished, as I said. Sinbad will be taken down. Benji and Roach all left for that comeback to happen. Roach already spotting up there. That's a great shot from Roach. Again, oh my god, he was almost able to find the second one as well. It's a 1-on-2 situation now. Thunder Flash has a lot of burden on his shoulder. And look at that. 5 seconds. No, look at that. Oh, Benji straight up peeks it right in his crosshair, takes him out. Thunder Flash a little late to kind of react.
I wish Thunder Flash right there had waited out those 5 seconds. He had a guiding light coming up in 5 seconds. The plant was as open as it could be. So with that guiding light, he could have then peeked out and tried to find a couple of kills, and not even if not a kill, tried to buy as much time as he could. But right here, Roach is huge, man. The shots he's able to hit and the resets he's able to gain took the dismiss invisibility right into his opponent's face, but had Benji for the backup, so he did not end up going down. And with this, you expect Crash Landing on You to go for an eco, but instead they're going for a forced buy right here, Necro. A Sheriff on River, a Spectre on Thunder Flash, and a couple of light shields, meaning Crash Landing on You really investing it all into this round. they have this guy Seeker to try and make a play on the basis of that. But again, they're going to rely on their defaults. They like taking initial mid control. They left the turret to mark any aggression coming through from Garage. And then this duo combining Deadshot and Thunder Flash to take A control slowly. Both of them having taken that A shot and A long control. This is the apt moment to pop the Seekers, because then you get so much info, but you don't have to commit to the A side necessarily.
Yeah. Beautifully pointed out by you. I mean, pretty much you just left them, you just read them like a book, man. You're just revealing a lot of strategies of these teams. Yeah, okay, calm down a little bit. They're hard to kind of not get to easily kind of compromise, and you're just making their job so kind of difficult for them out here. So we already do see that kind of fake being initiated by this guy already onto the A long side. They should at least direct some attention. But Cubsy finding that crucial kind of opening onto the B side. Sinbad, this would at least try and force them back a little bit. So they will have a decent amount of pressure on them. But look at that. The A side control has already been taken by Thunder. And this is going to be an absolute massive kind of thing here, because he's expected on the side. And here goes the Seekers out. Oh, this is absolutely massive. It feels so many intentions, because now they also know there's someone on the heaven, which is pretty understandable. Here comes the Sage Wall. They were not really able to break it in time. This guy is just so useful, man. Like, she can heal anyone on the side with her healing. She's just absolutely great. She deserves to be picked each and every single map. What was that? Just kind of jumps out, kills flying here and there. Oh my god, trades happening back and forth. But fortunately, Union Gaming come out on top in that previous round.
Yeah, Union Gaming now it's just the momentum. I feel like it's so important. They're able to use it perfectly to push through from that Thrifty Find round after round. And to talk about crash landing on U's approach, while I love the fact that they're still relying on their defaults, getting a lot of space in the early parts of the map. You see the Killjoy and Sinbad able to actually get mid control for free for himself, and then the A control taken by Thunder Flash. What I don't like is that they don't really regroup and re-execute on the basis of that. What they could have done, for example, in this particular round, is that once they've got the execute, once they've got the spy planted, just leave the side completely and play again on the retake, if you get what I mean, where they're relying on their ability to use the sky proactively rather than playing crossfires, which are very easy for Union Gaming to break up because of that Reyna coming in with the lure. So right now, crash landing on you, it's very important that while their early steps are the correct moves, they adapt their mid-round rotations and their mid-round plays. I think trying to do that right here. The Astra left with the spike on the lurk, while the Stage now joins the dynamic duo of that Sky and Jet to take A control. Union Gaming just happy to give it away. They're very strong on that A retake.
They're definitely very strong. And they're just like, okay, if you guys want that A control, we can take it. We can try and play that retake all the time. But one interesting kind of setup coming out from the lads of Union Gaming. You don't really see two players kind of playing onto the C side. You usually see two players on A. But I mean, it's pretty interesting, right? As you did mention that beautifully, that they're really comfortable on making those retakes happen, and they're making it happen as well. That's never has been a problem for them. And Astra already kind of using that Cosmic Divide. This is going to be absolutely massive. They will have to fully commit here.
Commit is going to come through. They do have full side control, trying to make sure that the retake doesn't come in early. The guiding light coming out to delay them just a little bit. The wall is set up now as well, so they have a lot of room. The Gravity Well making sure that the Boombot doesn't get any information. This is huge, because now the post-plant positions are ridiculously strong for the side of crash landing on you. Deadshot and Thunder Flash playing under hell. The cage comes out, but the instant guiding light. Trades going on all round, left, right, and center. It's Sinbad who managed to find one, but Chrome's with another. The defuse is going down for Benji, but the defuse is stopped. Chrome, the half defuse did go through, but there's not enough time.
Oh my god.
Sinbad playing it perfectly. He's the pirate that will end Union Gaming's dreams and their strength, which was the A retake.
That was absolutely great. Gotta give props to the Astro as well. River. Those are some incredible kind of that Cosmic Divide just changed that game completely. This is where Union Gaming realized that they need to commit in. If they're not going to be doing that, this retake's going to be pretty much tough. But still, I mean, props to be given as well for Union Gaming. They still managed to kind of take a lot of frags here and there, back and forth. A lot of tradings were happening in there. But yeah, both the teams played that up to perfection. Unfortunately, Union Gaming just didn't really have enough timing to go in for themselves. But look at this now. We already do see that Roach kind of approaching the mid. He wanted to get a little aggressive, but unfortunately the Killjoy turret kind of gave the info away, so decided to fall back. But look at this. Sinbad promotion, punishing him, Chromes, for being that aggressive outside the garage area, and this is where Roach will try to gain control back of garage. Again, you can already see that A side has his A side again is kind of empty there. And yep, this is what I pretty much expected. They're probably going to be going for A again because they do know A side has always been empty. Insane, on the other hand, finding himself an insane kill. This is absolutely massive to put a lot of pressure on the lads of Union Gaming.
Now 5v3 on the map. You see Deadshot and Thunderflash have already taken A side control. They're waiting for their teammates to come in so they can get that spike planted. Roach on the flank for the turret to mark him, as well as the Sage right there, meaning it's going to be an impossible flank for Roach to pull off. Does take down the turret, but with that info, now Sinbad's going to come in to back up the Sage. The contact comes down, the spike will get planted, and now it's really up to Roach. He needs to find an initial kill, and he does exactly that, able to take out Insane, but still Benjay on the other side being taken down, meaning Roach has a lot of responsibility here. But Crash Landing on you, making a really smart decision. You're like, you know what, Roach? We know you hit headshots. We're not gonna contest you. We're gonna attack the other side. We're gonna push in from defender side spawn, take the A link for ourselves, and take you for the last fight. They get both for themselves, and they pick up the round to make it 4-3, hurting Union Gaming's eco in the process. I do expect, as you can see, you do expect the economy round coming in next.
But we also do see that Bucky being pulled down with the light armor. That means still the main goal here is going to be try and do as much damage as possible on the lads of Crash Landing. And if they're not going to be able to do that successfully, maybe in the upcoming rounds, of course, I mean, without a doubt, Crash Landing will have a kind of an upper edge because the bank will be stacked up with a lot of credits. That's for sure. Already we do see Cypher. He's got himself quite a lot of info and quite a lot of but that's a great placement. He's gonna get pulled to the center. Oh no, he is. Nothing much can be done, but still manages to find a value out of it. That's pretty much good from that. I mean, considering the fact that they're on an eco and they still managed to kind of one-to-one trade for that, this is absolutely massive. The main goal here, remember, is to do as much damage as possible on the lads of Crash Landing, and this is what they're trying to do. But props should be given Deadshot as well. The way he's kind of working with the team this time is absolutely kind of a great turn of affairs to witness. Slowly, steadily working in. Again, going through the A side. Seekers out as well. This is kind of a questionable placement, don't you think so? Oh, I mean, no, this is absolutely big brain. This is big brain.
Yeah, exactly. I think they're trying to just get a lot of info for themselves, and they get exactly that. Given the fact that it is an eco, they don't want to take those close range battles, so you really don't want to see them commit on those seekers. Now, with the info of exactly where the players are, they're able to get kills on both extremes of the map. Thunderflash will take out Kusuf as well. Kusuf did do some damage right there by taking out Sinbad, but at this point, it doesn't really matter to Crash Landing on you, because with this round, they'll start developing a win streak. They'll start developing their economy, building on the rounds that they're able to win. And the most important factor now is to make sure they don't give Reeve any unnecessary kills. But since the wall has cut off the defender side spawn entry, it will mean that Reeve can only come from two angles here, which is the attacker side spawn themselves from the VCC lobby or from garage, but both of which this team has covered. The guiding light now going out, the blinded call going to come in. They know that Reeve is here, and Deadshot will not give up an opportunity to hunt him down. 4-4 on the scoreboard. It's even Stevens, and Crash Landing on you are now starting to pull back the momentum drastically in their favor, and Deadshot, he's at the front of it all.
Exactly, and you also got to take this fact into consideration. They are winning back-to-back rounds. That means so much mental pressure should be on the lads of Union Gaming, because in the start they had the momentum going in for them, but now Crash Landing has turned the tables completely. They have turned the tides in their favor, and this is where a lot of pressure can probably be seen on the lads of Union Gaming, and this is going to be absolutely interesting to see now how Union Gaming is going to be making a comeback happen, because this is a round where both the teams have found themselves decent buys here. It's going to be on. Both the teams are going to be on an equal page, but one thing I'm really not seeing here is an operator being invested.
Here.
Yeah, none of the teams is like investing in an operator.
Yeah, I think that's because they haven't really been able to build up an eco, and an operator at this point would be a very hefty investment. Now, River actually able to win the 1v1. Benji shouldn't be giving that 1v1. His role is to anchor Seaside completely, and because Benji has gone down, Roach has to rotate over and try to make sure they have some sort of free presence there, and that crash landing on you cannot walk in because Roach had to rotate over. Now, Garage left completely empty. Crash landing on you have the option to make it happen. Groves with some nice spam, able to connect some damage on Thunder Flash, but it won't be enough because now you can see the heals are coming in. This is the advantage of having that double healer composition. You have the Sage to heal herself, you have the Sky to heal literally everybody else, and this means that now they can play mind games with the other team. The Cosmic Divide coming down once again, and this is a fake over here by Deadshot and the side of Thunder Flash. They're doing this beautifully, even though the Showstopper invested to take out Deadshot. Crash Lying on you, don't care, they get Seaside for free.
Oh my god, they literally got the Seaside for free, and they also take how much map control they have. Look at that, Astro already all the way in the backside, and look at this spike plant. I'm pretty sure no one's going to be expected it to be here. But yeah, probably because of that kind of radius around it, pretty much they will find out easily. But I feel like this is going to be a long plan, and this is what exactly is happening, because they those guys still kind of rotating all the way from the long side. Slowly, steadily peeking out, and this is pretty much seems like Crash Landing is making Union Gaming crash up till now. Cuffsy, kind of the second last man alive, and slowly, steadily working in onto the side. Oh, Rip, find himself that opening. This is going to be absolutely huge, but Reaver is trying his best to deny any kind of moves being made from the lance of Union Gaming, slowly, steadily working around it. This is where Reeve realizes that, okay, it's a little bit too late. Maybe falling back and going for the save would be a better choice.
Another round picked up for Crash Landing on you, and we come back to the discussion of defaults in the side of Union Gaming. They're playing that Cypher on the C side as anchor, but what I would actually like to do see is he places two cages around the default plant spot and the slight platform on the left. You place those two cages on between those two spots, which means it's a retake setup, and then you just leave C side completely, because that's what they were doing initially, except with the A side. They were playing in a way where they continuously were retaking one side, allowing them to play proactively with that Reyna on the other side of the map, and that's where they were finding a lot of value, able to deny the proactive map control that this guy wants to take. Without that retake setup, they now feel like they're floundering like a fish out of the water and not really able to find a proper default for them. The mid setup hasn't changed at all, but the mid setup hasn't been pressured at all. They're investing both the Raze and the Omen towards there. Of course, the Raze is more of a flexible agent. We saw her go towards A on the last round, for example, but it does mean that right now they're not able to find the Cypher value in itself. And don't get me wrong, it's not like Benji is playing it bad. I just feel like the entire team needs to work around the Cypher better.
Yeah. I mean, as you did say, right, the entire team needs to work around with Benji there, or just kind of try and get their coordination on point, and this is probably going to be really important in any kind of a competitive game. So we already do see seems like technical timeouts here, and Reeve is the man having a little bit of troubles here and there because he's the only one whose webcam feeds are not really working properly. But I'm pretty sure we'll be back into the game here in no time soon. So as I did mention, right, and as we were having the convo here as of how and a drastic change has been seen on this guy from Thunder, because he has been playing Soa throughout, no matter what map it is. He has been playing Soa, and this is kind of a pick that he just made it out of blue, right? Out of nowhere. None of us expected, even when we were trying to make any kind of, things happen when we were kind of getting prepared for this map. We did not expect Thunder to pick up that Sky because he was playing Sova all over the place, and this kind of a curveball being thrown, I'm pretty sure Union Gaming has been caught off guard because of this.
Yeah, definitely, and this is where it comes back to the idea that why Union Gaming don't ban out Haven if they don't have something new prepared. This composition that they're running is the exact same composition with which they lost in their previous quarterfinals matchup. So what that means is that, like, because of this, Union Gaming, I feel like a lot of overconfidence going into this match, because Crash Landing on You themselves had a prolific performance on Haven in their quarterfinals. They were able to continuously dominate the opponent, and that too with not this composition. So you could see they had something special prepared for Union Gaming. And I think the real undernote, like this subtle text behind all of this, is the fact that this is a brother versus brother matchup. Kusuf on one side being one brother, and he has his younger brother playing on Crash Landing on You. So they have that bit of understanding between themselves. Of course, they understand each other's playstyles, and right now the younger one is able to capitalize on it. The older one, the IGL of Union Gaming Kusif, he needs to answer back.
Exactly. As you did mention, they should have banned Heaven because yesterday they had a tough time on Heaven, but instead Union Gaming decided to ban Split, which is kind of a questionable move coming out, but understandable because Crash Landing on You had a phenomenal game yesterday on Split, so probably they were like, okay, maybe going for the Split ban is probably understandable. But again, I feel like the Heaven map here, they needed to understand Heaven has been out there for a really long time, and the chances of Heaven being picked are massive as well. Especially as you did mention, right? If you don't really have any kind of curveballs to be thrown, why would you pick Heaven, right? Because you do know you're already on that struggling phases, and especially if you're going to be facing a team like Crash Landing on You, then maybe you will have to, find new tactics to always punish your opponents. And this is just not what we're seeing from their side. We're not seeing any kind of uniqueness coming out from Union Gamer. But yeah, in the next map as well, I mean, if you guys can see, Icebox was being picked, so maybe we might see a little bit of Union Gaming domination coming out in that map. But yeah, look, I mean, we still don't know, right? But yeah, I mean, from the upcoming maps, what do you think is required for Union Gaming to pull off this comeback?
For the upcoming maps, I would just like to see them stick to what they know best. I think the only issue with Haven, to add on to the conversation about why they ban Split and not Haven, is that we have seen them continuously ban Split. So I have to assume. Oh wait, I just noticed Reeve is moving in his camera, so he should be back real soon. But yeah, continuing what I was saying is that I understand that they may not necessarily feel comfortable on Split because they have been consistently, even in the quarterfinals, their ban was towards the map of Split. But the issue with this is that the duelists these guys play, Roach and Chromes, Reyna Raze is way better a combo on Split as compared to Haven. Haven, you almost definitely want a jet, if not a jet, at least a Sage to carry the operator around, because without that, you lose a lot of power on Haven. And without that power, you rely on these nutty plays that Roach is able to pull off, and that's not something you want to rely on against a top caliber team like Crash Landing on You. So I would have just liked, even though they might not be comfortable on Split, I feel like their duelist, the power of their agent itself would have been so good on Split that would have made up for their lack of comfort. So I would have liked to see them go for that. But hey, it is what it is. We are on Haven, and now back to the defaults, back to the map. It is this time no C-long info being taken by the side of Crash Landing on You. They're expecting mid aggression, and they do find that right here. Roach able to move it aggressively into the window. He's completely unchecked. There is an alarm bot to make sure if he moves in, he gets taken out, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. He's revealed, but instantly pulls out the Elder Frame and takes out that Killjoy. The instant headshot. Roach's reaction times are so good.
Exactly. We do see a massive battle going on in the mid side here, but Insane, he does have the resurrection out, so he's probably going to be getting him resurrected at the same time, making sure he's providing that cover. But now, the main problem here is that 4-on-3 situation going on. Somewhere down line, Union Gaming is on that struggling phases again. And I feel like giving away the A side just like that isn't really going to be the play, because making this retake happen, especially on a man disadvantage, is going to be one of the most toughest choices, or one of the most toughest retakes out there. But if they still manage to pull it off, then it would be an absolute iconic moment. Already we do see that jet being spotted. This is where the rotation is being made from that. Oh no, misses that crucial shot. We'll have to pay the price for it. Insane takes him out. Reeves there to kind of throw things out. Hunter's Fury out as well. And this is where Reeves is trying his best to kind of deny the plant for as long as possible. He will find one connection. That means that shot is down such low. Benji, all he needs to do is connect one more shot. And yes, he does, and it's going to be a headshot, as he does say, Eagle Eye. Already the position has been revealed by that recon. Beautifully played by Reeve there, gotta say that.
Yeah, Reeve doing really well there. Found a lot of value with his Hunter's Fury, and then the recon just perfect. Knew that the last player could only be in the hell spot because they had the Suez angle cleared when they got the kill. They knew that there was nobody towards A long, and even if the underheld recon didn't reel anybody, it would automatically mean that he is towards that A long area, playing on those gravity well denials on the post plan. But finally, Union Gaming actually able to make the A retake work from a very bad situation, if I may say, because Roach, his aggression, he got one kill, but the fact was he got instantly traded out, and the resurrection made sure that his kill itself was not so relevant. It was Crash Landing on You that had the advantage, but they were unable to push the advantage in itself in that round. They're coming over to the neck. That shot with a sick headshot to take down Kusif. The trade does come out as Roach finds Deadshot, but a jet for an Omen. I will take that trade any day of the week because now no smokes left for Union Gaming, and with the lockdown ready for the side of Crash Landing on You, they just need to commit on towards A, I would say, or C, and try to just get in the push there. A would be the better candidate because of the better location for that lockdown.
Yeah, that's for sure. As he did mention, going for that A or going for that C is probably going to be one of the best choices they can make. But I feel like going for A probably would be one of the best out here. Oh no, he did not look at their in time, and I knew this was going to happen. Neural stepped out, and this is just going to be giving so many positions away. And yes, it did. Roach compromises onto it, will work around it, finds Reaver. This is where Union Gaming suddenly out and over. They're looking so dominant in the game. Oh, massive kind of plays coming out from these lads, finally stepping themselves up. Oh, insane! Looked away in the wrong time! And this is where Chrome's will completely taking advantage of that situation. And absolutely well played by Union Gaming. And already we are talking, it's up to the last round before the switch.
Not a big fan of the garage approach from Crash Landing on You right there. As soon as you take out the Omen, the call has to be to go to an extreme because on the retake, those smokes are ridiculously important for Union Gaming to pull off. So if you're able to take A site easily with that lockdown, then the retake becomes insanely difficult since you know for a fact that Benji on the Cypher has only played C in this first half so far. Having said that, this next round gonna start. Chromes with the Odin, making sure mid control is denied. The mid control Sinbar likes to take over and over, denied from them, and the defaults have switched up for the side of Crash Landing on You. This time they're not taking proactive control anywhere, instead using the Seekers quite early to get some information. Roach's position revealed here as well will not be completely found out, but they now with the Seekers telling them that hey, there's one person towards C, there's at least two people in that B side. We're just gonna go for the fast A hit. It's really up to Reef to try and get some damage here and delay them for as long as possible.
There comes the lockdown as well, and
Roach.
This is where they will have to kind of fall back, and you already did see kind of Roach. Take a look at that, he's being so aggressive, and what was that? Oh no, he didn't really have his gun out in time, and Insane will pretty much take advantage of that moment. He will take Roach out the game. That was a kind of a questionable approach by Roach there. Approach Roach, you know, that was kind of rhymeable there, but yeah. Getting back inside the game, we already do see the side control happening from these lads, and also keep this mind in consideration, or keep this kind of point in your mind. And this is the kind of first half, and this is the last round to end it as well. So if they end it on a good note, they will pretty much have a little bit of advantage in the future as well. But finally, the retake has started. Oh no, missing that right click. This could be absolutely massive. Has pulled out the shorty in the close range, but he won't really need to do much because his teammates are there. Crash Landing on You, ending it on a good note.
Any hope for a retake ended when Roach went down. He really needed to maintain that pressure towards the A side, because you can see when he was there, he was pulling at least 3 members, but when he died, his team went for the retake a second too late. If they went for the retake at least when he died, it would have meant that those 3 members stuck towards the sewers, and Long would not have been able to help out Deadshot, and he would have been less stranded. He ended up being traded out, and that would have been a huge position for Union Gaming to be able to utilize to then fulfill the retake and take the site all the way through. Having said that though, 6-6 is the perfect description of how this first half has gone, because it's been so back and forth. These teams neck to neck, giving it their all, able to continuously influence not just the way the other team plays the map, but the way they're adapting to itself. So now on the defensive side, with this Sage KJ on the defense, I want to see them try and win this pistol so they can get Deadshot on that operator as soon as possible, because generally, while we consider Haven to be an attacking sided map, when you've got so much utility in the form of the Sage, Killjoy and the Astra combo, the defense does become quite a fortress for Crash Landing on You.
He's getting a fast approach on the C side. Roach already sneaked up all the way in the back. Thunderflash did not expect him to be that quick on that kind of a take inside the side. That's a great right click, but will get instantly traded out. It's a 2-on-3 situation. Somewhere down line, we already do see that struggle being shown from the lads of Crash Landing, but Deadshot is still alive. That means this man can make a lot of things happen here. Slowly, steadily working around it. Ashman's down low. This is going to be Viper. Deadshot to find himself that crucial kill, but he's down so slow. He needs to connect that headshot, and yes, he does! Oh my god, Deadshot, with such a massive amount of pressure, he still manages to come out on top. This man is absolutely nuts.
Yeah, and he's gonna get so much money off of that round because of that 3 kills and the defuse, meaning Deadshot literally rolling in the dollars right now. He can even, I think, will have more than enough money to go for a Phantom and Light Shield, or a Vandal and Light Shield buy. Or what I hope he does is just go for the complete savior, guaranteeing an operator one way or another in that third round. I'm excited to see which one he does pull off. He's actually gonna opt to go for the Marshal here. So this is a bit of a half-half buy, wherein he still has enough money to pull off the Phantom or Vandal in the next. Actually, scratch that. Just gonna end up going for the complete save. Cycled himself through the 3 options available, but went for the complete save, recognizing the importance of the operator. And this is exactly what I wanted. So I'm happy Deadshot did make that decision.
Yeah, and you know, there's always one more strategy out there, which is usually called Vandal King. Oh, that's a great shot. That's a great find. But getting back to my conversation, there is usually a strategy called Vandal King, where only one single person buys a Vandal and the rest of them buy Sheriffs. And what their job is to kind of work around him and try and protect him as much as can. Like, it's kind of a protect VIP thingy. And it usually does work out as well. But for now, getting my head back in the game, 3 players already heavily onto the C side, and this is where A is completely clear, including B, but there's a lot of utilities off-sold onto them. But look at that, Streamer already finding himself that opening, and this is just going to be a flawless round. Nothing much could be done from the lads of Union Gaming, but hey, Deadshot, man, he came out in clutch in that pistol round.
Yeah, Desha coming out huge, gets rewarded with the operator right here. The rest of his team gonna carry on for the bonus. All 4 Spectres with that flawless round saved will mean that Union Gaming under a lot of pressure. They're gonna have to try to do their best to either trade out Deadshot instantly if they go towards him, or just try to avoid him altogether, go towards that C site and make an execute happen. Because right now, even for Union Gaming, 3 light shields for themselves, a Guardian for Kusut, meaning they don't necessarily have the advantage here, because a Spectre against light shields can be quite devastating. Now the initial camera does reveal Deadshot's position. His first shot missing, so he has to dash out of the way. He's gonna back right up, play a defensive approach. Mid control already taken by Union Gaming, which does mean that now Roach is trying to hold that C-Link angle as much as possible. It's down to this first contact. If Roach manages to find a kill here, then they will likely just end up executing onto B. But without that kill, it's gonna be really up to Benjay to make the moves, take down this wall, cause the chaos, and pull the players towards him.
That was a great setup on the B, but well baited out by Roach as well. A free entrance onto the B side. So many distractions. What? Chromes! You are an absolute madman. Still managed to take them both out, and unfortunately, they both got lined up. You're not really supposed to exit those doors at the same time, and this is where a little bit of mistakes can just cost you the entire round, and they should now. Pretty much, they probably have learned from their mistakes, and I'm sure they're not going to be committing the same kind of mistakes next time. Roach being a little too aggressive in that round wasn't really needed there. He could have just hold on to that side. That's great. Recon was being taken out, but also his position was revealed. But just Spectre coming out on top. So much damage is being dealt by Insane. Someone stop this man, or else he can probably clutch this round out with just a Spectre. Finally takes that Vandal in his hand. Will take out Cuffsy as well, but time is running away. He needs to make that defuse happen in time. Look at that. He's kind of the man there, but Jet is all the way separated. The safe call has been made, and that's why, well, 2 players will be taken out. It's a one-on-one situation left, but the round has already gone in the favor of Union Gaming.
Union Gaming started off that round so well. Chrome's finding this double and then translating that into a B-side hit. But it all started going wrong when Roach got a little too aggressive right there. Taken out by Insane. And the issue is, you might look at the map and be like, hey Chromes, why aren't you helping your teammates? The issue is, if he moved further from that stairs angle, Deadshot was already there to cover him. So Chromes was actually stuck, couldn't take out Insane, and Insane just kept piling on the pressure, pushing ahead. And even though Union Gaming win the round, since that was a bonus, they're able, for the side of Clash Landing on you, they're able to carry on with their weapons. That shot with that saved operator. This time, Bilal missed the first shot, finds that first kill, and now puts a lot of pressure onto Union Gaming. Sinbad with another, he's like, you take down my turret, I will take down your life.
A little bit of chip damage from both the sides, as you did mention. But still, the setup on the B is absolutely great, gotta say that. And baiting it out as well is not really that tough of a choice. As soon as the alarm bot is triggered, all the things will be triggered as well. And this is where, if probably the bait does happen successfully, that means the entrance on the B side is pretty much clear as well. Look at this Benji. creative working around it. Insane has been spotted. The gun barrel has been spotted. Now, oh, that's a great shot from Insane. Quick reaction, as we like to call it. Now it's a battle between Short and Heaven. Pretty much seems like, well, this time it's going to be flawless execution from the lads of, oh, wow.
Yeah. You can see the strength of Crash Landing on U's composition really come out. They play that Killjoy to deny both Garage and B at the same time, and keeping one person there always to get the contact. This allows the Jet to play a much more flexible role, where the Sage plays that anchor Insane, anchoring down A side, and they leave that Sky to just delay as much as possible using her utility towards C. It's a purely defensive setup, and it enables Deadshot again to go wherever he pleases to find his first shot, and he gives his team back value for the same. Now, jump lead coming out does make Deadshot miss his first shot. The recon ball revealing him will mean that he has to reposition back off, but a lot of utility invested. Deadshot managing to get in time into Heaven, still manages to get the first kill, and Insane with another. There is no shutting down this Jet Sage combo. Crash Landing on You dominating Union Gaming right now.
What is this? Deadshot. Oh my god.
Enemy remaining.
Oh, Insane! Show some fear against your opponents. Come on, you gotta respect them a little there. Another round taken by Crash Landing. Just like that, they're making Union Gaming crash slowly and steadily in front of them. And Union Gaming, nothing much can be done because they have some nutty aimers out here. Take a look at Deadshot. What is this man? A Sri Lankan tense.
He's Deadshot, man. I think the name is perfect. Like his namesake, he simply does not miss a single shot. And it does mean that, like, again, coming back to the talk about the defaults, right? You can see, again, the Killjoy, her job is to anchor down B and Garage together. The Sage anchoring down A. The Sky just to delay. And then the Astra and the Jet are the real flexible movers. They come to support the side where they think initial presence likely to happen, which is why River right now at C, expecting that C aggression, able to already take out Roach, gets the healing for himself too from Thunder Flash, which means nothing lost for Crash Landing on You, and already an agent loss for Union Gaming. This round is so important for them. This is their bye. If they lose this right here, their bye will collapse. The 11th round will be picked up, and match point effectively guaranteed for Crash Landing on You. A Deadshot holding that mid angle actually gets taken out by Kusum, and that's huge. Now without the operator, they can just regroup and try to go on towards A, but they're committing on to B altogether here, and the KJ utility already ready. The revive coming out, Chrome's able to take out Insane. He's ready for Deadshot as well. Deadshot managed to get on time. The shock dart is there though, and Benji and Chrome's will finish it off. Union Gaming, that was very close. By the skin of their teeth, they managed to pull it off.
Exactly, as you did mention. Skin under their teeth, they can still manage to pull it off. Pretty much a crucial round. Thunderblast trying his best to kind of fight back, and wow, that's a great shot right onto his head. Even though he had an operator, look at this, Thunderblast straight up walking in the side like a casual stroll on summer's day, not really scared of anyone. Kind of decided to stick that there. Unfortunately, Reeve was just playing that out brilliantly.
Yeah, absolutely. Union Gaming coming up huge. That showstopper, I feel like, I'm not sure if it was a mistake from Crash Landing on You or just perfect timing from Chromes. Either way, his idea of course was to use the showstopper to clear out the side so his team can get entry, but he gets a double bonus where he's like, oh wait, I hear you will not kill my ally, and I can instantly take down one person for free. So readjusts himself and takes down Insane, and because of the fact that Deadshot is an operator, he can't actually trade back immediately. He has to step back, set up his op, and then go for the peak, by which time the shock dart has come in. Chromes is ready, and the site is taken for Union Gaming. Still, multiple rounds went back to back, meaning Crash Landing on You have the money to be able to afford the operator once again, and the full buys. Love the fact that Deadshot spots one out and is ready for the recon to come out. Pulls out his pistol, able to take it out. His position not revealed. He'll find Kusuf and take a bench for that last kill.
But he also took a little bit of dink there. This is absolutely huge. Oh no, he needs
healing over here.
Oh, there we go. Yep, this is what I like to see. Sky just being so useful. No one's watching the garage area. This is where a problem might be created, but no. The aggression on the garage has been held for a while. We also do see that spike being moved in there. And this is where Sinbad has probably given away that info that, oh, there are a few people kind of in the garage area. Benji has already walked all the way into the B side. And because of that alarm bot, his intention has also been revealed. And no matter what Union Gaming is trying to do, each and every single move is getting easily read out by the lads of Crash Landing. But look at this. Now, Deadshot is still alive. He's hitting some
30 seconds
insane
left.
shots. And as you did mention, his name is Deadshot. What do you expect from him?
Look at this. The regroup coming through. Union Gaming trying to make this A push happen. But Insane, he's the anchor already holding it down. And River there to back him up. He'll shut down Chromes instantly. The statue not getting any value. Insane with another just clicks onto the head and pops Union Gaming one by one. The triple found by him and the 11th round picked up for Crash Landing on You have decimated the economy of the side of Union Gaming. And I have to give props to Crash Landing on You. They're playing this so beautifully. Everything that I asked for in terms of ultimate usage from a team in general, Crash Landing on You is able to provide. The early Cosmic Divide even coming down as soon as Deadshot managed to reposition himself and get healed means that they're able to proactively invest that Killjoy ultimate. They're like, we don't care if we lose an ultimate for not optimal value. We just want to secure the round. And that's the kind of attitude you need in the semi-finals because you don't want to been in a position where you missed out a tiny opportunity just because you were a little too greedy. Now the eco coming through for the side of Union Gaming. They're trying to force this B side once again, but the KJ utility, it's so hard to push against. I really hope instead they try to take some garage control and make a split C push happen.
But one thing we're seeing over and over again, right? Even if the KJ utility is there, they're doing a great job kind of baiting it out, though. Again, Sinbad a little too quick to kind of utilize both of his swamp grenades. I feel like in that moment he should have only utilized one, but it doesn't really matter. Insane is there to make those insane plays happen. He managed to take 2 out for the entire push. Has been denied. Chromes, though, making an unexpected peek from the back lines. Wasn't really expected to be that aggressive. Oh, misses a lot of shots. That was kind of hard to witness, but still managed to find a kill. Look at this. This is where things are kind of turning around in their favor. Chromes, though. Ah, man, that kind of hurt my eyes, not gonna lie. Wall being raised, this is where complete kind of block off has been there for visual and at the same time info. Nothing can be found. Insane. This man is a real good battle sage, you gotta say that.
Match point.
I mean, he is what his name says. 27 kills. Insane, definitely exactly that. The shots he's able to hit, just always locking onto the heads and making sure that, as we talked about, right? Like, as soon as I saw that Sky locked in, this stage had to become a full-on battle stage. You cannot just have 2 healers in your comp. The double support role never works out. So the fact that Insane is actually providing now makes me question my predictions a little bit, because if you look back towards the quarters, it's clear that Crash Landing on You did not show their cards. They waited to pull out this composition for the semi-finals and they surprised the hell out of Union Gaming. With the force buys, Union Gaming's trying to make something work, trying to make something happen. They've set up the A-Link and C-Link smokes and they will try to get onto this B-side with some slashes coming in, but Deadshot shuts down the lurk of Benji. Roach still able to find the entry and get a kill, so the plant will go down. Now all they need to do is get back towards the window, let Reef play on his Hunter's Fury for the post plant.
Chromes wanted to be aggressive with that smoke, but unfortunately he got tagged up quite a lot. There goes the info as well. The bird has revealed the info. They pretty much know there is someone hiding behind the backside. Deadshot, I feel like he's straight up going to be approaching it. Just takes him out even with a headshot. It doesn't really matter if he's down low. He's going to be hitting those crucial headshots. Getting another kill for himself. Deadshot, stop it already.
Oh!
What? That's a great value being found out of the Hunter's Fury again. Killjoy will be taken out. Oh my god, this is absolutely great coming out from Reef. Oh no, because of that wall, you don't really have any kind of info. No, Reef! You should. Oh my god!
Defenders win.
So close! Crash landed, steals that first map away from the lands of Union Gaming. And wow! He got real close.
Indeed.
Look at Sinbad as well. He just has his forehead kind of being holed.
Yeah,
Oh
he's
my
like,
God.
what the hell? How did that end up going that way? And it's
Oh,
really
boy.
interesting because at this point, the fact is that the difference in rounds, I don't think was because of any sort of strategical advantage that Crash Landing on You had, or even a mechanical advantage. The teams are very well matched. It was just that Crash Landing on You had a better pre-match preparation. They knew what to expect from Union Gaming coming in, and they were able to continuously punish them. The defensive defaults playing around Deadshot's operator, absolutely brilliant. And then on the attacking side, the amount of value that Sky Jet were able to create, absolutely insane. But I keep saying insane, and I haven't even mentioned insane. He was the top fragger because the Sage was nuts. He fulfilled not only the battle Sage role, but with his ability to anchor down A site on his own, he was almost the actual Sentinel Sage that we used to see back in the day as well, fulfilling all the roles possibly a Sage
Yeah.
could.
Exactly, and I mean, as you did mention, right, the Sage being the top fragger. I mean, the one thing you expect is that Jet probably being the top fragger, but in here, the main fragger was insane. And Jet,
Yeah.
I mean, Jet was just trying to get as much as impact frags as possible. He was the one with that operator trying to find the openings all the time, and I feel like he was doing a great job with how he was overall, just supporting the team in general. But yeah, in that previous game, I mean, I personally expected Union to at least take that first map without a doubt because of how confident they looked. But still, I mean, in the start, they had the momentum shift going in their favor. But then later on, what do you think so? What kind of fell apart?
Just the defaults, right? Because we
Mhm.
didn't see them adapt at all. We saw Benji stick to C site entirely. As soon as that one round happened where the A retake was shut down by crash landing on you, my decision would have been shift Benji onto A, let him anchor down A. We'll play C retake now with that possibility now. Allow like either Roach or Chromes to play anchor down at C. Roach, especially, like the strength of Arena lies in there. If you let him just play solo C, he can even find those jiggles, try to find those initial engagements, or just play it slow, push in, walk in, and get that flank online without that cipher switching up, without your team playing around what your team needs from that cipher. It did mean that they were all just playing individualistic styles, trying to find individual hero plays and pull it out. And while that worked initially, it's not going to work consistently against a beautiful team that was crash landing on you, utilizing their composition very, very well.
Exactly. As you did mention, they utilized their composition very well. And we were talking about this as well, right? Sky, of course, being in that meta, perfectly utilized it. They realized that, okay, even if we have a Sky, we don't really need that Sova. And this is what exactly happened. Sky just does such a great job overall. Also, she can be a battle Sky without a doubt with those flashes. You can make those entry happen. And at the same time, you can also be one of a player like Sova who does a great job gathering a lot of info. And this is what Sky is really good. And in the past as well, I was mentioning over and over again, when we're seeing Sky, there's no need to utilize the SOA as well, but still teams do have a little bit of different mentality behind it. But yeah, Sky overall being so helpful when it comes to, also healing the teammates out. And in general, just a great kind of utilization being shown from these lads. But yeah, getting back to how that game went out for Union Gaming, as you did mention, Ray's not really being great on in the map of Heaven, because of course Heaven is kind of a map. It does have a little bit of kind of compact areas without doubt, but still I feel like Raze isn't really that good of a character to play
Yeah.
on the Heaven. You can definitely play, but still it's not really in the prime, as you did mention. So what do you think? So what kind of character they should have utilized?
I would say I wanted to see a Jet possibly come
Mhm,
out from Chromes, but I
mhm.
know from his history he doesn't play the Jet. He is a really, really good
Yeah,
raise, and you could see
yeah,
him trying to do his very best. But that's
yeah,
why I'm very perplexed when you have such a good raise and such a good
yeah,
Reina. Why would you rather play Haven rather than play Split? Or
yeah, yeah.
if for that matter, even if you end up playing Breeze, if Crash Landing on you don't ban, which they did, it's not. Too much of a gamble playing those agents on Haven, too much of a gamble relying on just the pure aim and the pure proficiency. You're relying on you being better than your opponents rather than actually relying on consistency to become better than your opponents. And
Yeah.
today, Union Gaming just were not better, and crash landing on you punished them for it. Able to find, I think the edge just was in that composition. Without the operator on the defense, without an ability to aggressively take control against that shot and hunt him down when he's trying to back up on the operator, he had no pressure. That one round, if you remember, when he
Hmm,
missed a
hmm.
shot towards A long, he had more than enough time to come back, take another shot, go back, double up draft all the way to Heaven, and find a kill. That much time would never have been there if they had a Jet in their composition. So that shot, it just felt like he had a free game. And well, you can't give a player like that a free game.
Exactly. You can definitely not give him that free game without a doubt. And as you did, and as I also mentioned, right? They looked so confident when they enter inside the game, because we did see that race coming out. So we were like, okay, probably they are pretty confident against Crash Landing. They probably think that they can easily take him out the game, because the Asian composition, if we like to say, it didn't really look that seriously picked, right? But unfortunately, I mean, again, Collide did a great job, doing their homework against these lads, and they finally came out on top. I mean, as people say, may the best one win. And this is what exactly happened here. Kawhi came out on top against them. But again, Chromes, he was trying his level best, so he managed to find himself 17 kill with 17 deaths and 92 econ rating. That is pretty decent with only one first bloods. But on the other hand, take a look at Deadshot. As I did mention, this man was that impact fragger.
8 first bloods to his
Yeah.
name. Honestly, though, I'm not surprised because he was able to accumulate just as many first bloods the last time he played on Haven with his team. Deadshot just doing absolutely amazing on that jet pick. I expect him to continue on that approach again and again. And if I remember correctly, he actually had accumulated over 13 first bloods across the entire quarterfinals. So the fact that he's got more than half in the first map already, I'm excited to see how he carries on with this form going into the next map, because right now, like with Insane popping off on that stage, now imagine what happens if you actually go to a map where they can play double duelist and Insane gets onto a duelist.
Exactly, without a doubt. I mean, of course, I mean the future map, which is going to be Icebox, is going to be really interesting to see. But with that being said, I mean that's going to be the for the first map in our talking segment. So we're going to be catching a little break. Go get some water, get some coffee. We'll be right back.
I'm getting freaky. Yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky, freaky on. 신경보다 같이 freaky. Yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky, freaky on. 신경보다 같이.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Valorant Conquerors Championship, brought to you by NODWIN Gaming, with Gillette as the grooming partner and Talk Esports as the digital publication partner. My name is Nikhil C.A. Bansali, and with me joining today is Neeraj Necro Sangle, here to cast for you the first semi-finals of the Sri Lanka and Maldives qualifier. First map was a banger, and it left us a little confused about the thought process of Union Gaming coming into the semi-finals. So what do you think? Like, do you think they are able to clean up their act going into map 2?
Definitely they are. Without a doubt in the map too. I
Love
mean,
the
look,
offense.
Union Gaming, we do know. And even our predictions were like, oh, maybe
Yeah.
Union Gaming is going to be taking this one. So considering the fact and taking our predictions in hand and how Union Gaming has been performing throughout the quarterfinals, I feel like there's a high chance that Union Gaming will probably pull off the map of Icebox. Now, this is what I personally think, because this is where we might see the SOA being pulled out from both these sides and a little bit of chances of mirror compositions.
Yeah, definitely. I do expect that Sage KJ Viper composition to carry through. But as you were talking about, right, our predictions were towards Union Gaming, so we do expect them to ramp it
Yeah.
up. That's because this team has continuously, and I'm not just talking about when they were Union Gaming,
Mhm.
previously when they were under a different banner, but the exact same team, they were dominant all the way from August 2020. This team has dominated the Sri Lankan scene time and time again, and at times even upsetted giants in the Indian scene as well, which is why we have high expectations, high hopes. Having said that,
Mhm.
I did predict a 2-1, and finally, I feel like maybe a prediction for me going the way. But with the way Crash Landing on You played, like, look at the audience predictions as well. I don't think Crash Landing on You, anyone expected them to bring out something new because they hadn't played even the Astra before. So I'm excited to see if they can bring out something new and end it right here on Icebox.
Okay, guys, just ignore my predictions. All right, that's not what I said. But yeah, getting back to what we were trying to say. I mean, Asian composition is the main thing, and as I did mention, right? I mean, Crash Landing on You. These lads again. Kiwi has been the man who has been playing Sage now in the I mean in the quarterfinals as I know, and then you see kind of Soul Viper going towards that Killjoy. Now, this is a massive switch, as I did mention, as we were also talking about this kind of switch coming out from these lads. So, I mean, what do you think so? Will it work out, or just they should stick how they played in the previous map?
I think it will work out because I think they are accustomed to these changes
Hmm.
going into Icebox because their general agents themselves are not too great on Icebox. And the idea behind Icebox, of course, always is that your team's synergy very important. So I'm sure they built up that synergy with this particular composition going in. What I'm excited to see if we can see a KO
Yeah.
possibly coming into this lineup for
Oh.
either team. A KO could really shake things up, you know.
Hmm.
Spice it up a little bit and put a curveball into a team's plans. And okay, with Insane and Dashaw flashing it, I'm now
Hmm.
100% sure we're not going to see the KO because they did the same thing in the Agent selection of map 1. Stop baiting us, guys. We just really want the
Oh wait,
KO.
we might just see it. Deadshot might just pick it. Oh no, he's okay. We'll stop doing
Maybe
it, please.
Thunder Flash? Nah, they're just trolling us.
Yeah, they're at this point. They're just they're just playing with their emotions.
Yep.
They exactly. I don't know how they can hear us say this, but they probably hear us. And look at this, Thunder Flash
Wait a
again
minute.
going towards KO. I mean, there's a probability, I mean, KO can replace Sova, but again, Sova just has that kind of an ability, which can give you real-time tracking, right? Which is pretty important in some kind of things because you can probably, wall bang a lot of corners out, and which is understandable. And as I did mention, we might just see a Sova being popped out, and this is exactly what's happening. Sova coming out.
Yeah, I think the only room for KO in Crash Landing on U's composition was Insane playing it, but I'm not going to say anything to him because if he can pop 27 kills on a Sage, I can only imagine the feast he's going to be getting on the Reyna. So I'm happy with this guy picking up whatever he's comfortable with. And for Union Gaming themselves, this is going to be a true test because they're carrying on with pretty much the exact same thing. Their duelists do not change. It's Reyna Raze again. Just the fact that the rest of their team does switch up around. You see that Sage coming through. But this Reyna Raze, you have to keep your eye on Roach and Chromes because while they had good moments, they were not actually able to bring the power of the fact that they're playing on their OTPs, they're playing on their true comfort, they're not playing the meta. And without this Viper, especially on Kusif, this is going to be a very hard map for Union Gaming. Like, I just want to see how they're able to translate because the only thing that the Omen gives you an advantage over the Viper is flexibility on execute. So it has to be a lot of executes on the attacking side of Union Gaming. And that's why they're starting off all 5 grouped up on this B.
Yeah, as you did mention, this is going to be, I mean, Union Gaming personally are going to be having a tough time inside this game because, as we did mention, Viper not being picked up is kind of interesting, but Roach already found that opening onto the side. There goes the Sage wall, and the plant should be down at any time. And yes, the plant has happened.
Spike
1 minute 14 seconds left in the clock. This just tells us how fast the plant happened there. Insane slowly, steadily working around the edges. Behind yellow, there are a lot of people, and there's also one flank being shown by Deadshot. And you gotta watch out from this man because he never misses, and he probably doesn't. Connects that crucial shot again, but that's great satchel. Wow, kind of pushed him back and also helped him to kind of gain a lot of inaccuracy. But look at Roach, that's a 3K from his side single-handedly, and then Benji with 2. These lads single-handedly won that pistol round for their team. This is absolutely massive.
Yeah, a huge pistol round win for Union, and I just feel bad for pointing this out, but I have to because we saw this in the Pakistan qualifiers, we saw this in the Nepal qualifiers. Vipers on Icebox. Please learn every lineup. Sinbad right there exposed his position where he's trying to set up the snake bite on the plot. There are 3 lineups which I can name off the bat. There's one from Snowman, there's one from Kitchen, and there's one all the way from A Screens. All of these 3 lineups are very easy to learn. They're not jump lineups, which can be a little harder. You have to know those lineups. You cannot leave yourself exposed trying to set up the plant denial, because without those lineups, the power of the Viper just goes down by almost 50%, and the aggression really cannot be stopped. Chromes with a pain shell kill. Roach will get another. That shot does manage to find a trade, but he's now stuck in the middle of nowhere. Chromes taking out Sinbad as well. This was a quick round going in favor of Union Gaming.
Pretty much a quick round, but I feel like the buy ones are really going to be here. Are going to be one of the most important. Now, let me tell you one interesting fact here, right? I mean, yeah, Viper is really impactful on Icebox in defense, without a doubt. But I feel like she is the place where she really shines on offense, right? I mean, probably more on offense, because she just creates so much of visual distortion for the lads who are defending, and that wall is just so kind of insane when it comes to that offensive and trying to clear as much as space on the site.
Yeah, look at this though. This is really interesting. They're just again going for this A execute. You expect them. I was expecting a mid approach, so you continuously keep them guessing, and that's the best part about the Omen. You can smoke off Boiler, but instead going back here, the paranoia is huge. Pushes off Deadshot, but insane. Able to find one Deadshot, take out Kusut, and this is why I was a little apprehensive about this A approach. The stack was ready.
Oh my god!
Crash landing on you. The defense was ready, and yeah, Deadshot doing something you don't expect him to see. Chrome's capitalizing on it, already picking up a couple. Maybe if he can do a little more damage. Reef coming in now while they're really low HP. Now, since it's a 2v2, all they really need to do is collect the spike and get the spike planted, and that's more than enough for this round because it is a bonus.
It is definitely a bonus, but you also do see that Viper still on that flank, so there's a massive chance that she might just pull this round off. Now, we're just waiting for that spike to go down. I mean, the spike is still kind of dropped in the back lines, and this is where the Soa, we do see him slowly, steadily wrapping up, and this might just be it when Viper strikes in. But Sinbad, a little bit too far away. He's not going to be able to capitalize onto that Soa in time, but as soon as he does hear that plant going down, I'm pretty sure he's going to be approaching that heaven area, and slowly, steadily will try to take them down from the back lines. Well, River probably has to give the call away. Yep, you already do see that Viper working out from the back lines. And this is where she might just find a clear shot onto him. Look at this. Yep, Sinbad already finding that clear shot onto Chromes, as I did mention. Now it's just that one last man alive, and yep, Reeve will be taken down because he was down such low.
Crash landing, and you're able to pick up the round, albeit with a lot of damage done to their name, so it will mean that Union Gaming go into the next with a decent bit of an eco advantage, but they had a couple guns invested themselves, so I'm really confused about why they go for this A site again. You have to expect that once you execute onto a certain site, since you have the Omen, and the other team cannot necessarily rely on, like if you see a Viper wall coming towards A, then you can rely on the fact that, hey, maybe this team will execute onto A, but when the other team has the Omen, the defensive team automatically has to check where they have already got hit, and that's what happened. Like crash landing on you, making sure that they cover up their A site completely, denied that A approach and are able to take it up. Now you see Deadshot, he's going for the save in this round, which I love. He's on 6 out of 7 ultimate points. So with the help of Reeves recon, he can move in, take aggressive control of this ult top, get his Bladestorm online, and now he guarantees himself an operator in the next if they end up winning it. So let's see what they're able to do, because Union Gaming, they just refuse to change it up. Deadshot not checking right above him. Pipes from Pipes. Chromes takes him down, and while Thunder Flash finds the trade, it's Roach who gets the site entry, and A site guaranteed for Union Gaming. They should be able to get the plant down, but since they don't have any post-plant agents, it's up to Roach to hold on to his position on the side.
You don't really want a man like Roach to wake up, and this is what exactly is happening. The beast is getting awakened, but Cuffsy as well, trying his best to kind of get that round back in his hand. Sinbad trying to fight back in that moment. The resurrection on the Crumbs, and he's a massive man to get back up because he also has this showstopper available. And in kind of crucial moments, I'm pretty sure he's going to be popping that if things do get a little too complicated. It's still a 3-on-1 situation going on. River, the last man alive. Benji hasn't spotted River out. This is a great pick from River. And now already trying to contest. Wow, River already getting himself twos. Now this is where a massive problem kind of occurs because he also has a showstopper available. But River, what is that? Someone stop this man! Oh my god, River! That was an incredible pull-off. That was so close. 0.24 seconds. Oh my god, that was really close.
24 milliseconds. River pulls out the retake, and this is where you see a glaring weakness of Union Gaming's composition. That Chrome's needed to stay alive right here. As soon as Reeve is taken down, Chrome just needs to hightail it out of there and play very safe, because he had the showstopper. He could have used that showstopper in the post one, but instead he holds on to his position on pipes, and River, he's just a madman, just aggressively pushing in, able to find the kills. Finds the clutch with 24 milliseconds to spare, and without those post plants, Union Gaming now starting to find a lot of issues in their composition. It's not like their life gets easier on defense either, because they don't have a jet, so they don't necessarily have a good agent with the operator. And you can see now the side of Crash Landing on You taking advantage of the lack of the Viper. They're pushing in. They've already got the first blood. Reeve with a very clean tap gets one, and Benji with another. The shock darts are there though to find the trade. So still 3v3 on the map. The weapons advantage is Crash Landing on You.
Weapons advantage is definitely the Crash Landing, but it seems like, well, they're pretty much going to be closing this round out because they do have a little bit of man advantage. On the other hand, still the spike is yet to rotate. Finally, the spike will be rotated. 1 minute left in the clock. The spike will be going down probably, yes, now, in 55 seconds left. Benji, look at this. He's already found himself such a massive angle. This is absolutely big. Resurrection being found, but Benji missing those crucial shots. We'll have to pay the price for it. Reeve is down such low as well. I don't really feel like pulling off a comeback here will be that easy of a job. Reeve now does hear Deadshot also kind of drafting around. And wow, just Deadshot styles on to Reeve. Nothing much can be done in that moment.
Yeah, Crash Landing on You able to pick up another round, and you can see the strength of their compositions really starting to come out. Insane especially is going to be really key going forward in the next few rounds, because I do feel like they have unleashed him. They have told him, hey, look, you know what? This composition from the side of Union Gaming sucks at taking control. They cannot really take control without the Viper. So feel free to make some aggressive pushes happen. Even if you don't get a kill, as long as you get some info for us, that's more than enough, because for Crash Landing on You, their setups are very simple. They're what we expect on Icebox. The Viper playing B anchor, the Sage walling out the kitchen area, and then the Duelist playing a much more flexible role, while the Sova gets continuous info at A. When he gets any info of an execute coming in, he'll call for the Duelist. But look at this right now. Deadshot and Insane making this aggressive push happen on the back of this Viper wall. This is so key. This is why you need the Viper on Icebox, and the fact that Union Gaming don't have it really hurting them. They're trying to make the A execute happen once again. The drone to clear out the info, but they've got a flank coming in, and I love the fact that the Sage and Sova from the defending team have just backed up. They're like, oh, we have a flank, we have Hunter's Fury, we'll shut them down, let them get this.
Oh, I thought he's going to be finding a double value there. Did manage to tag two players. Crohn's has been spotted, probably. But look at Cupsy, though. He's trying his best to fight back in this moment. 2-on-3 situation. Advantage looking all the way in the favor of them. But look at this. Now, slowly, steadily, Crash Landing is moving inside the side. They do have the full side control. Cupsy will be spotted on Heaven. Position being revealed, and now all they have to do is just hold off that Heaven angle. But no, that's also not needed. Here comes the Sage Wall, denying the entire vision that Cupsy had. And this is going to be it. River making that incredible kind of a clever angle onto him. But yeah, as we were talking about this Asian composition. Now, if you remember all the way back in the day when, I think so Viper wasn't really in her prime. She wasn't really buffed. She was kind of down low. I feel like this is the composition. This is where Omen was being utilized quite a lot in the map of Icebox. And this composition just feels so old. It kind of gives me back those OG vibes.
Yeah, exactly. And the issue is the OG vibes were not the right vibes for this map, Necro. And at this point, Union Gaming, it just feels like they're back to that issue we saw from them on Haven, where they're relying on just basic strats to try and push them through and then find their aim advantages on the basis of that. But you see what happens when that is come through, because Crash Landing themselves, they have a really strong fundamental foundation. Deadshot already able to pick up 2 kills. He's certainly making his namesake proud.
You will not.
Oh my god, that shot just made me go, oh man, that was absolutely right. Look at these shots coming out from River as well. Showstopper's out. Yup, River, nothing much can be done. There's no escape route out of there. He will be taken out by that showstopper prone. So, again, he's trying his best to kind of keep his teams alive, making sure his team's not really getting back onto their knees. That shot, oh, I really like what he's trying to do here. He's utilizing that wall as much as possible onto his favor. Look at this angle being created by Deadshot. Oh, this is where the defuse is happening. As soon as someone peeks out, his operator's going to be making a lot of work happen. Probably does, but Thunder Flash is there to kind of do things out. Oh, that's a great spray transfer. Chrome's barely alive. Look at the snake bite dealing so much damage. He's down low. He's only has 31 HP. Oh no, he's peeking straight out in the snake bite. A little bit of kind of spam coming out, but yep, Sinbad will come out on top. That's some great utility utilization coming out from Sinbad.
Absolutely. Sinbad playing it really well, and I really like the fact that he did so, especially because this was something I complained about earlier, and like in the first pistol where he was unable to actually find the full value of this utility. This time using the Viper Spit to shut down A saves his Viper wall to make sure that they're able to pull off an easy retake. After Deadshot finds a couple, they just pull back, the wall comes down, and it is a free retake for their team. You can say Union Gaming, it's like they don't know what else to do. They're like, okay, we did not get B execute, let's go back to A execute, and hopefully we'll hit our shots. And this is just not a good enough approach. Like, they're a top 4 team, we expect a lot more from them, and right now they're not delivering.
Oh my,
that shot's so confident, but Kusum has shut down Insane. The Omen lurk coming up huge, having pushed back that shot. Now this is the perfect time for a rotation to come through. They just need to hold on for another 10-15 seconds, let the sweat kick in. But Kusum getting shut down by Insane makes that rotation very hard for Union Gaming.
Oh no, he also didn't find any kind of he didn't find any value from that Hunter's Fury as well. That kind of went to waste, unfortunately. Sinbad also getting a tag onto Benji. That's a great peek from Thunder Flash. We'll take him out in an instant. And this is where UG again, Union Gaming, all so much pressure onto these lads. What can they do? What can they do to make a comeback happen, CA? Tell me right now.
I think the best possible thing we can hope for is Chrome's hitting some nutty shots, because tactically there simply is no way. The snake bite coming in and Chrome's is gonna get pushed out. He's gonna go into the kitchen, but he's likely just gonna get made a salad out of right here. Maybe not a salad though. You see, the raise is from Brazil, so maybe something a little bit more spicy. Maybe we get to see a tropical salad. Yeah, you never know. Because right now, Crash Landing on You, they are... There is no better way to say this, but they are absolutely decimating, demolishing, and kicking everything that Union Gaming have worked for over the past year, everything that they've built in terms of their dynasty, their legacy, down the drain. Like, this is where it really matters, and this brings me back to the days of Vision Strikers right before Masters 2 Reykjavik, where Vision Strikers were on an unbeaten streak for so long, but at the crux, the moment, the last match where they needed to win to qualify for the event itself, for the LAN, they lost. Yeah, that's
I see. Yeah, calm down, bud. Cupsy though. Deadshot will be taken out. And look at that. Already do see that approach kind of happening all from mid to A there. But yeah, as you did mention, yeah, it doesn't matter how dominant have you been in the past, if you're not going to be performing great in the main event. I mean, this is where you need to perform, and you're just not going to be doing that great on that. Then what? Cupsy with a 3K. Hold on, he's actually with a 4K now. He's looking for that ace, but he's down low. I feel like a little bit of more cautious approach inside the final kill maybe will help them out to get that kind of that initial or that final kill. But Roach tried to steal that kill away, but he's down low as well, and that's gonna be an ace from Cupsy. A big round coming out from a big man.
Yeah, Kusuf coming up huge right there, able to pick up an ace for himself and get some momentum back for his team. Now, like, let's try to look at the bigger picture. It's 6-3 on the scorecard, so if Union Gaming can push it to 6-6, I think that's the best possible. Of course, mathematically, half for them to end, but it will also mean that they can go back onto the defense and rely a lot more on the aim, where they don't have to necessarily need the Viper as much, because Kusuf can play anchor just like the Viper does, and then that Roach can play the more aggressive role that he is known for, that he was able to pull off. Now that shot, this is going to be an eco for the side of Crash Landing on You, but Kusuf has been angered, starts off in spectacular form, finding Sinbad, and with Insane taking down Drones, the trade does go through, but the site was gained, but too late. River with just the Marshall. Roach, how do you lose that 1v1?
Well, only they can be able to tell these kind of moments, like, how can you lose that? But look at that, Vandal's kind of down on the ground, Blade Storm's out from Deadshot as well. Yep, that's a great retrieve. Oh man, Well, this is going to be a little bit more damaging now for the lads of Union Gaming because the Vandal is in the hand of the man, and you don't really want these kind of things to happen. But Thunderflash, on the other hand, doing a great job kind of fighting back in the side of A, and he also has a Thunder. He also has a Hunter's Fury available, but I feel like you should not utilize it in this round. Yep, the plant's going down. Well, don't really know where exactly it's going down, so Reef will probably not get spammed, but finally the info is there, so spam is there as well. Reef kind of panicking in that moment and will be taken down by the man. It's going to be insane again, striking.
Crash landing on you, able to pull off the round, and it's just like it's not that you can take you can say that Union Gaming are not tactically right or wrong, because what they're doing is all they can do with their composition. The only thing they could possibly switch up is try to do a lot more fakes, maybe get Roach to go with Kusif on his look. That way, if they can establish an aggressive presence somewhere, they can make it work. But they tried to do that this time. The B push happened, but they instead got shut down by River. Roach losing that 1v1 to a Marshall, but now their eco is destroyed. Reeve is going to have to play on a Bulldog and Light Shield. The rest of his team still able to get the weapons, but at this point on 7-3, this round is so crucial because you lose this round, it becomes 8-3, and their eco actually ends up going in tatters. They will not be able to pick up the buy, and 9-3 on going on to the attacking side with the Viper. The post plants are so strong for crash landing on you on their attacking side that Union Gaming, I feel like they will have no way of return, and this might be a quick 2-0, but not in the direction we expected. Now you do see Union Gaming trying to make something happen, but you can already see the crash landing on you willing to give up the A side because they have this Hunter's Fury ready. They're trying to delay as long as possible, and during this delay, they've already got the flank on. Insane on the flank now. It's up to Reef to make something insane happen.
Well, no value being found out of that. Kusuf again fighting back. That's a great start for them. Resurrections available for the Sage. River will probably try and get the res back onto the Sova. This one they're probably trying to do. Yup. Oh, that's a great find from River again. Yup, as I did mention. Well, no, instead decides to kind of get Deathshot back up on feet. Now, this is where a really massive kind of part starts because he also has the Viper's Pit available. And as soon as they pop the Viper's Pit, it's pretty tough to stop that retake happening. And yes, this is what I exactly mentioned. Deathshot straight up walking in the side. He's also sticking the defuse. Nothing much can be done from Reef. He's trying his best to kind of deny those plants happen. Defuse happen. But man, oh man, what a way to retake that side away. Even though they had the food right, almost pretty close to their mouth, this is where they're just like, oh no, this is our round. We will probably steal it away from you lads. And they do it in style as well.
Yeah, and Sinbad was so important in that round because they were starting to run out of options. Crash landing on you. Kusuf were able to clear out the screen's angle by picking up a double. Reeve shut down Insane's flank, which meant Sinbad had to trade out Kusuf and then create the space for River to revive Deadshot. Because he did that, it became a 3v3, and that Viper Spit came online because of the kill he was able to get with that Viper Spit and the wall coming down, which is so important. Like, the wall's still available because they're not feeling any pressure towards that kitchen area. This time though, Benjay does manage to take down Deadshot in that vertical angle. Deadshot not expecting him at all, and just the feet seen is more than enough for Benjay. Kusuf with another, the aggressive execute coming in. Rome is a fine one, pulls out the rocket and into the face of Thunder Flash. While he does get traded out, it does mean now in a 4v1 situation, it's an easy round pulled off for Union Gaming. And they get the barest minimum scoreline they need to get to possibly pull off a comeback in their defensive half.
Yeah, exactly. It's 8-4. Advantage again on the lads of crash landing on you. And as you did mention in the past that, oh man, things are really not looking good for Union Gaming because this is their lifeline match. They're barely hanging on to Rich for now. And if they are not really able to make it in this one, this is a do or die situation. They will be out. I mean, yeah, things won't really be looking great for Union. I mean, something needs to be done from their side.
Yeah, it really is down to this pistol. I want to see Roach especially step up. He's not had the greatest of first halves. We know that he's a player capable of much more. We saw glimpses of that on Haven. So I want to see if he's able to actually pull out the guns and come out swinging to make sure his team is able to come out strong. Now the one-way setup for Kusuf, he's trying to anchor it down, but with the drone pushing him out, he's just going to back up, reposition himself in that default nest area to try and just delay the plant as long as possible while his team comes through in the backup. Chromes took aggressive A control, noted that there was no one towards that belt area, so now going to back up and come towards the site itself. But I love these calls from Union Gaming. They understand that despite that drone pushing them out, the B execute unlikely, so they hold on to their positions, and this is going to pay off for them now because all of Crash Landing on You rotating towards this A site where this crossfire between Chromes and Reeve already set up.
Deadshot is still kind of leaned onto that B side, and he can make a lot of damage happen single-handedly. So, I mean, he might just create a massive fake here, but still, look at that. Now, they're just looking so confused. UNION Gaming don't really know where the exact kind of execution is happening because the rotation is kind of split from their side under flash. Oh, that's a great hold! Kill from you. Oh, what? Oh my God! Chrome's just straight up stalling it onto them, and wow! UNION Gaming, wow, Chrome's, he won my heart with that move.
Yeah, Chromes with the satchel. This is what you want to see from that OTP raise. Like, you want to see those kind of nifty satchel plays come out. You want to see him be able to utilize every part of his kit to perfection, and he did that. The boombot getting so much value, delaying them because they had to take it down. They were stuck in this ramp area, and in that time, forced to invest that wall to try to shut out Chromes. Chromes is like, nah, ain't no walls gonna stop me. Uses that satchel to perfection, finds the right click, and now enables his team to pick up the buy. We talked about how important this round was. Now with the Spectres, they can try to cut down the lead even further and make sure that Deadshot not able to get that attacking operator online. Chromes playing with his life, manages to actually pick up the ult point though. Now trying to back up, you don't want to take that long range fight. Chromes, you have a Spectre. Sinbad punishes him, and they're going to be rewarded with the Spectre if they do end up pushing.
Yeah. The main problem here is Reeve is down low as well, so I mean, UNION Gaming might just be on that struggling phase, as we do know. I mean, massive lead in the round. Crash Landing does have, and look at that, so much damage is being dished on the lats of UNION Gaming. They're just falling down low on HP. Somewhere down line, that HP bar isn't really supporting them. Slowly, steadily, still, I mean, that was kind of a fake back out from their side. The Sage was trying to hold off that aggressive push from the defenders, and she has managed to do that successfully as well. But the A is set up for success because we already do see Roach kind of situated. So River slowly, steadily working around. River will be taken out. Look at this, Roach falling back in that moment. Deadshot
30 seconds left.
utilizing his best. He already has a real good positioning inside the side. The recon dart really didn't give it a lot of info because it landed on that ramps. So this is where a little bit of miscalculation is being shown from the lads of them. But look at this, UNION Gaming slowly, steadily working inside the side. Kopsy, what is this? This man's reaction time. Oh, it's out of this world.
Yeah, absolutely. Kusuf just styling on his opponents. And with that, I do want to remind the audience right here that Kusuf himself, while he's playing the controller, is at one time he was peaking top 30 on the Radiant ladder. This is a guy who has a full-time job as well, able to peak top 30 on the ladder while he IGLs and leads his team. This is the mark of that top-tier Excalibur player. 17 kills. Normally, Omen not that great to pick, but with Kusuf actually able to utilize the Shrouded Step, I've seen in a couple of rounds, him using that Shrouded Step to reposition himself vertically, it's really coming up huge for himself individually. And that was what was important in that defensive half. It was more about those individual plays, because you don't have that Viper to make the more synergetic plays. Now Kusuf trying to move out, able to get a lot of info for his team, takes a bit of damage, but able to now get out on time. Call for the backup from Benjay, who'll set up the slows and will just try to hold on to the site itself. But look at this, without Benjay guarding Kitchen, Insane and Sinbad slowly moving through the tube. They've taken Kitchen control. Their teammates on B just need to wait. They've gotten yellow control. Now with that split coming in from Kitchen, if they can just make this split B execute happen, it'd be huge. But instead they're picking out on Hut. This could be either the best call in the history or the worst call.
Oh, but look at that. An Insane shot coming out from Insane. Just kind of one-tapped around that corner.
Oh.
But Deadshot moving straight inside the side. He's finding so many openings for the team. Side control has been taken. Even if he goes down, it's not really going to be that big of a deal. Now Crash Landing has a side control, and they also do have that man advantage. Sinbad also continuing that domination in his favor, slowly, steadily working around. Reeve, last man alive. Will probably walk in Insane's cross here, but still manages to pull off that 1v1 against him. Now, Reeve, still the decision really has been made. I mean, it has not been made that either he wants to commit for this or either he wants to save. And yeah, I feel like saving would probably be the best choice he can take.
Yeah, absolutely. Reeve does need to make sure he does that because, as you can see, like this is what we see from most like newer Viper players. They know the post plan lineups, they just don't know the defensive lineups. So now on the attacking side, the lack of lineups not going to hurt them at all because Sinbad has got it in the bag. It's 9-6. The buy round picked up for crash landing on you, and in a triumphant fashion, meaning they don't actually lose as many weapons as necessary to hurt their economy. They only lose a couple. So while they will still be in a bit of a pickle because they will end up having to go for a Guardian buy or a couple of light shields in the process, it does mean that they can now actually still try to push forward and hurt the eco of NODWIN Gaming themselves because they did not have a clean bonus. They had to invest into that last round, and you can see their weapons going to be much worse off. Actually, now noticing the scorecard, I see once again we saw this on the defensive side as well. That shot on 6 out of 7 points, gonna try to get early orb control and then play on his blade storm, allowing his team to get that full buy through.
That's great one way from that Omen as well. But look at this, Insane again, starting his frag domination. What? Someone stop this man! Oh my god, he's just casually collecting
One
those
enemy
kills as if
remaining.
he's playing on a training, as if he's playing with some training bots here. But look at this, Insane. He's already found himself a lot of room on the side. It's all down to that one last man alive from NODWIN Gaming. It's going to be Roach. I mean, he does have the caliber to pull it off, but still, I mean, he doesn't really want to take his chances because he does know if he loses another round, the economy for their team will be pretty much down bad. But he's still trying. He's still giving his like a best try here. Walking straight up in the ramp. We'll find an opening. We'll probably find a second one as well. Manages to instantly disengage. And wow, out of nowhere. I mean, this is looking pretty doable.
Yeah, he has the Empress online as well, so Roach just needs to be careful, but he's giving away a lot of audio information to Deadshot. Boiler angle, hears the footsteps on the rotation and gives the call to his teammate River. He's like, that Reyna completely rotated over to B. You can come back onto A and get the spike planted. And because of that, this round should end up going. The opportunity was there for Roach, but the rotation too early, and he gets punished for that. Still, has the Empress online, so now can try to just hit some nutty shots and pull off the round for himself. Needs to be very careful of what audio cues he ends up giving though. Now Roach gonna try to move in. Hasn't popped the Empress yet. Even has 2 Leos to his names. He just needs to go full W right here. Doesn't need to clear angles. Needs to rely purely on his aim. Roach now gonna try to clear out everything. Has cleared out the side. Notices that shot shooting from the belt, so he's trying to hold on to the angle. But with River right here next to him, even if that shot goes down, the amount of time he's able to buy will be more than enough. A lot of damage done, but not enough time left. Roach will just end up going for the save. That shot's positioning on the boiler was so key to this round.
Yeah, that shot's positioning was absolutely great from their side, without a doubt. And again, I mean, wow. I mean, I'm really liking how we're seeing that massive change of pace here, right? I mean, we're also seeing, like, in some rounds, we're seeing things being taken really slow. In some rounds, we're things being taken insanely fast. And this is what I just really like, a little bit of mixtures of things. But a semi-buy being shown from the lads of NODWIN Gaming, while on the other hand, a full buy from the side of Kusuf. Now, it really seems like he does trust his aim here, so he's going full in. He's going full on with that Sheriff, and he's like, anything that happens, I'm trusting my Sheriff no matter what. I'm giving it my full chances. Oh, now this is a massive tag happening. Yes! Whoa, that shot will work around it without a doubt. Insane again, finding himself another kill. Kusuf, as I did mention, I mean, he did have that kind of Sheriff full buy, but didn't really seem like he was able to get any kind of value out of it.
5v3 on the map, the Viper wall coming down towards the A side. I hope this is a fake actually, because they had a really good B control already, but instead they're giving respect to Roach because I do believe they spotted him out towards that snowman. Now look at this. The wall did go down Benji, and he's trying to make an aggressive push happen towards mid. All of the players stacked up right here. Benji, the timing is going to be key. Finds one kill. Notices Thunder Flash looking for another, but the wall bang is there, and he stagnated at the same position for too long. That shot with the trade. Now the Lure's coming out. Insane will start up the push. Roach still managed to get one. Will reposition himself. The Showstopper coming out. Does not find any, but does clear out multiple players, allowing them to flush out towards Roach. And Roach is cleaning them up. Finds one on Insane. Now looking for the 1v1 on towards that shot. It's 1v1 on both sides. Chromes versus Thunder Flash, and Roach versus that shot, but it's Thunder Flash coming up. Huge keeping that shot alive and finding his team the round win to make it 11-6. The economy broken once again for Union Gaming. They did go for a bit of an eco there, but the point is now at 11-6, Necro, if they lose this round, it's over. It's not just match point next, it's series point, and without the proper guns, without the proper utility, it's going to be next to impossible to pull off that round.
Definitely, it's gonna really be like next to impossible, as you did mention. Now they will have to completely rely on their mechanical skills, without a doubt. We did talk about this before as well. Union Gaming will have to make some kind of insane play happen, some kind of inhuman aim kind of battles. We need to oh, I really like what Kusuf was trying to do here, but unfortunately the sound cue's working away. Here comes the Hunter Fury kind of out as well, and look at this, Thunder Flash kind of changing his direction. Unfortunately, he was not really able to get the third charge off because he just wasted a lot of time.
You will not kill my ally.
River will set up the revive on Insane, so the Hunter's Fury value actually not end up coming out. And with that, B-Long control taken, it's really up to Kusuf to hold it down. With the Bulldog, managed to find one. The spray control is perfect for the second. Kusuf coming up huge right now, looking for the third, and that's where he got a little too greedy, but he's done more than enough damage, bought more than enough time. His team should be able to pull off the retake. With the Viper's Pit online, that one agent advantage that Union Gaming had is a bit nullified.
It definitely is kind of nullified.
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, look at this though. Insane again, just stealing those kills away like a thief, man. Look at this Roach though, kind of working around the Viper's Pit. He has already found himself a lot of info and a lot of map control. Sinbad will pick out in the right nick of time. River's there to kind of trade things out. River did take out Sinbad, but as I did mention, River is there to try things out, and it's 12-6. Well, easily being pulled off by the lads of. Yeah, it's just they're just making it look so easy. And as you did mention, the main kind of unfortunate factor for the lads of Union Gaming is of course going to be that Asian composition, that Asian they selected.
Yeah, and it's just such a weird veto from me. Again, I hate to bring this point up, but Union Gaming's strongest maps for me are Ascent and Bind, and we don't even see any of those maps in the first two picks. Instead, we saw Haven and Icebox, both of which clearly do not favor their style of play, do not favor their composition, and Crash Landing on You taking full advantage of that. Having said that, back to this round. A kill found for Union Gaming. Sinbad does find the trade on Chrome, but a lot of control taken for Union Gaming. Kusuf and Benjay pushing in, trying to deny the rotations. Both of them looking towards each angle. Benjay finds one. Kusuf does get traded out though, and with Thunder Flash ready to trade Benjay out, there will be no resurrection and there will be no hope. A 3v1. This is map and series point, and likely over for Union Gaming.
Yep, likely over. Well, I mean, it's a 3v1. I really like how they're holding it off as well. They probably do know maybe aggression will be shown. But still, I mean, we do see Roach kind of falling down all the way onto that B side. And look, take a look at this. I really like how they've positioned themselves as well, right? They do know maybe he'll try and get here, slowly, steadily separating all the way to the B side. We do see River working around it. And then the rest two players will be ramping all the way from the A. And I like how this flank angle is trying to be created from River. He's working all the way from the back lines because they still do know, even if it's a 1-on-3 situation, Roach is still a threat. And it's only 30 seconds left. I don't really know what they're exactly trying to do. Oh, wow.
They're going for the full rotate?
Yep, they're going for the full rotate because River has already cleared out the B side. They do know there's no one on B. B side is completely clear. And this is absolutely big brain. Look, oh no. I thought he missed a lot of shots there, but River finally connects those crucial shots, and that's it. Look at the laughs on their faces as well. Cloy managed to pull it off, and Insane and Sinbad still can't believe they've made it.
I mean, it's understandable, right? Because just like them, everyone expected Union Gaming to be top notch. I don't think the entire series is a correct indication of Union, but it is a strong indication of the versatility and the flexibility available in this side of Crash Landing on You. This team, a team of upstarts, the younger brother of Kusuf himself in this team, able to take down Union Gaming. Now they're the favorites going into the finals because they've taken down the #1 team that has been for a while in Sri Lanka itself, and I'm excited to see how much further they can go because damn, they look good. The Haven was clean, the Icebox was perfect. Insane on that Reyna delivered. Now I'm just wondering, hey Insane, if you're looking at this, can you show us a KO maybe next time?
I mean, look, we might just see a KO coming. I know you have a little bit of crush on the KO, and I
Yeah.
personally as well like his kit quite a lot. You know, let's be honest. I mean, those flashbangs, I personally am in love with those because those are some standard FPS, flashbangs out there, and you do like to see those flashbangs coming out. And at the same time, overall, his kit is really good to gather a lot of info. And yes, I mean, yesterday we did see, that kind of a big brain play coming out from that KO, completely shutting down that showstopper in that crucial moment. And those kind of moments are just so important, especially when you do have the KO in your lineup. But yeah, now, I mean, as you did mention, it was a brother v brother battle going on, and I'm pretty sure Kusuf is going to be happy that his brother actually won that one because, I mean, look, in family, there's no rivalries.
Isn't there though? I mean, anyone is so
No.
the chat will be. It's bittersweet, right? Of course, he's gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah.
proud for his brother coming out, but he's gonna be disappointed because
Yeah, of
again,
course.
coming back to the Vision Strikers storyline, if you've dominated for so long and you falter at the very end, where it truly matters, it's gonna hurt even more because coming into the semifinals, it was almost like guaranteed. Three of our casters predicted to. I myself
Yeah.
only went for the 2-1 because I was scared Haven would pull through, and my fears
Hmm.
came alive. And Haven was the only map I was expecting to go wrong. Wasn't expecting Icebox to be mapped to, and wasn't expecting Union Gaming to pick up the veto the way they did. It was just not indicative of their past performances
Yeah.
and past strengths. It almost felt like they were a little overconfident and were trying to beat Crash Landing on you on where they were good and looking at it as practice for finals rather than actually trying to beat a top tier team. And that's where they fell apart because Crash Landing on you, they were 100% prepared. The Sky Sage combination to set up Deadshot and
Hmm.
the anchor, the fact that the Sage on Insane, he was able to play it so well. And then coming on to Icebox, the lack of KJ for me not felt at all because the amount of proactive control Insane was taking again and again. This is something we saw from G2 all the way back in the day where they used to play this Reyna a lot. And the Reyna only had one role: play anchor on the defensive side or aggressively push and use your aim to continuously find disadvantages. And Insane was doing exactly that.
Exactly. And Sen was definitely doing exactly that, as you beautifully mentioned, and Deadshot as well. I mean, playing a
Oh,
massive role in the team. I mean, I just can't really say that this man has been such an impactful fragger in the team. I mean, even though he's kind of getting those selective frags, but still they are really important. And as I did mention, Kusuf, in that one single round, he didn't buy that kind of a sheriff and that full armor, if you did notice that.
yeah.
But then instantly he got revealed by that drone, and you did see kind of Deadshot going aggressive and instantly taking Kusuf down because he did know he's a massive threat. And if he stays alive
Yeah.
for a little longer, he might just pull off some insane things without a doubt. And as you did also mention, and I'm pretty sure Union Gaming in the map of heaven, they did not really expect to see that Sky being pulled out by Thunder because, I mean, he has been a Soa main since the past, and no one has played him
Yeah.
play Sky, seen him play Sky, and he just pulls out the Sky out of nowhere, that kind of wild card from his sleeves, and he's like, "Hey, look, this is the card that I have, and I'm going to be playing Sky this time." And you guys are completely caught off guard. Those Seekers as well play such a massive role.
I mean, his name is Thunder Flash, so I guess that could be the only hint. But yeah, it's exactly as you said.
Yeah,
Not, don't think anyone was expecting them to change. We were
yeah,
expecting the same style gameplay to come out from both of the teams. Instead, Crash Landing on you, they actually got their landing on point with this series, able to pull off a 2-0, started off extremely strong, and finished it
yeah.
off on Icebox as well, looking hella scary while doing so. The best part about this all is that we only got to see Haven and Icebox, so we have no idea what they have prepared for Ace Bind, Split, or Breeze, and that's going to give them such a big advantage going into the
Hmm.
finals because whichever team does win out in the second semifinals has to wonder, like, well, we thought that they would play the same thing, but they clearly did not, which means they could have something planned for that as well. And there's so much more work now on that other team's hands because of this show by Crash Landing on you.
Exactly, Ryan. Just this small move that has been made from them. This is just going to be playing so many mental games with the enemy
Yeah.
teams in the future times as well. And this is just really tells us even any kind of small change can just make something big happen. And this is what exactly has been shown by these lads without a doubt. But yeah, getting back to Union Gaming, unfortunately, as we did mention, they have been dominating the entire scene in the Sri Lanka, but over here they kind of fall less, and this is where they really needed to, right? And as you did were mentioning over and over again with Vision Strikers, I mean the same thing has
Yeah.
happened here, kind of history repeating itself, deja vu happening here in the VCC, not really able to perform on the main stage. And Yeah, again, I mean, I just can't get my mind over it that in the map of Icebox, there was really no need for that Omen. You could have instantly, like, instead went and go for that Viper as well, or maybe a dual controller could have worked out. But what do you think? So, what other option is really good if you really just don't want to imply that Viper in your composition, but at the same time, you want to make the Heaven map as your best?
I mean, I would say on Haven, without like that Astra, it's a very difficult task to pull off.
Hmm.
So you have to be a lot more proactive with your Omen. Kusav needs to be on the lurk. He needs to try and shut down the A lobby angle, especially as much as possible in the defense. And then on the attack, they need to prioritize a lot more mid and garage control. They were never, even though they won a couple of rounds towards that B side, they were never really able to break the
Hmm.
defaults of the Killjoy, and that ended up hurting them. Going on to Icebox, I felt like the Omen, while of course theoretically and objectively is the issue,
Hmm.
Kusuf
Hmm.
performed remarkably. So from
Yeah.
his end, there was no issue as such. It was the issue of the entire team itself not having set defaults. Like a very simple default that we see from any team nowadays is they use that recon drone towards the B long. They allow that jet to get aggressively onto the top of the container, and then from the container she slowly moves step by step till she takes yellow control on top of the container, and then they execute onto the side. This simple default, which Crash Landing on You did, by the way, Union Gaming never were actually able to pull off. Instead, they were just A, B, A, B. It felt more like a competitive Radiant game where I'm like, well, we don't have an IGL. One guy says go A, another guy says go B. Once in a while, one guy pulls off an ace, and we just get a little happy. But it is what it is. You never
Yeah, yeah,
actually
yeah.
able to pull off rounds without those insane plays coming out, and that's because of the lack of just good defaults.
Yeah, I really like how you pointed that out there. Mainly, the game was being played on that aim game, and this is what I really felt like the same way about Kusov as well, right? I mean, he did play Omen. He was really impactful without a doubt in the team, but he was impactful in a certain way. He was impactful in the aim game. He was impactful
Yeah.
in getting those kills for himself. He wasn't really impactful for making his role happen as a controller. Yeah, there were a few rounds here and there, but still, mostly he was kind of relying heavily on that aim game. But taking a look at the entire stats of that previous match, Soul River, again, getting himself the top fragger with only 8 deaths and 18 kills for himself, and that 6 assists with 0 first bloods, unfortunately. On the other hand, Kasuf, again, 4 first bloods coming out from this lad. But Insane and Deadshot, I mean, as I did mention, Insane was, of course, great, but Deadshot coming in with that impact fragger row.
Yeah, absolutely. I think at this point, given the dominant nature of both of the maps, it's going to
Mhm.
be a very hard task for the side of Union Gaming to digest, but for the side of Crash Landing on You, this
Mhm.
is such a great performance going into the finals. Like in general, when you see Deadshot on 13-15, you understand how much of an important role his
Yep.
teammates are able to play, and this is why I keep coming back to Insane, because his
Mhm.
proactive pushes really made the difference. Like in the first half, you could see that in the first half, the first few rounds, Union Gaming were dominating because the overwhelming nature of those
Yeah.
executes was playing against Crash Landing on You, but then they relieved the pressure. Every single time mid control was taken by Insane, you could see the Sova and Thunder Flash, and if River was also playing A, they would back up. They would be like, okay, you know what? We've got mid control. We'll maintain screens control, and we'll let you take the side, because then with screens and mid, you can easily retake. You have angles coming in from both, and with that screens control, especially, you can also position one players towards the rafters. So let's take now a look at who is the MVP of the BO3. It's going to be a tough shot between Insane and Deadshot, but given the fact that Insane was top fragger in map 1, I think, yeah, it is going to end up being
Yeah.
him. Like, damn, 44 kills, Necro. That's insane.
44 kills without a doubt, econ rating of 140. Now, CA, look, I had one more questions. I know I've been asking you a lot of questions, but one last question.
I
I
love
swear to
it.
God. Okay, look, going to ask you one more question. Now, we have been seeing this double duelist kind of being played on the icebox, but we've also seen in the past, like, usually a lot of teams just like to play a single duelist here. So, I personally am expecting a little bit of curveball being thrown in the upcoming games of them as well from Chloe. So, what do you think? What kind of a change will be there in the Asian lineup? Personally, like, what do you think?
I know I'm a big fan of KO, but I swear it's not at all me being a fan of KO here when I say this. The only
Hmm.
change you could make to the best composition on Icebox, which is the Sage,
Hmm.
KJ, Viper, Jet, and Viper, is
Hmm.
the KO. Because KJ, you
Yeah.
need her not only for her post plans, but the amount of info she's able to give you on the defense because of her turret and alarm bot. And
Hmm.
KO does everything on that. And to add on, like the icing on the cake, he gives you a flash. The biggest weakness of that composition is that flash itself. But for now, that's the end of this semifinals one series between Union Gaming and Crash Landing on You. Crash Landing on You were able to pick up the win. So we'll go prepare for the second semifinal series to find out who the opponent for Clash Landing on You is going to be. And we'll see you there with the Valorant Conquerors Championship. Be back in a jiffy. Don't go anywhere.
I'm getting yeah, yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky, freaky on. 신경보다 같이 yeah, yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky, freaky on. 신경보다 같이.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Valorant Conquerors Championship, brought to you by NODWIN Gaming, with Gillette as the grooming partner and Talk Esports as our digital publication partner. My name is Nikhil C.A. Bansali, and joining me on the desk is Neeraj Necro Sangle as we bring to you the semifinals matchups in the Sri Lanka and Maldives qualifier. Now, this is going to be semifinals 2 between NA Whiff Masters versus Lexious Gaming, and this is a battle between nations, Necro. Lexious
Yeah.
Gaming, the only team from Maldives, and NA Whiff Masters, of course, from Sri Lanka. It's a matter of national pride at this point.
Exactly. It's a matter of national pride at this point. And as you did mention, Lexious is the only team here from Maldives, and this is absolutely going to be massive. But I mean, considering that and taking a look at in the past how an MF Master has been playing as well, I feel like this is going to be a real tough competition because
Yeah.
I mean if we talk about expected bans over here, I mean I really feel like Ascent is a heavy Ascent and Split might just be banned from Lexious because these are some kind of heavy kind of leaning that what I personally think that Ascent might be banned.
Yeah, so
Oh, but wait,
Breeze
what?
was my expected ban because both of these teams, like as you mentioned, Lexious are really good on Ascent and Split, but so are NA Whiff Masters. It's one
Mhm.
of their favorite maps as well, and
Hmm.
that's why I felt like Breeze was going to be the expected ban for Lexious. The Haven ban for NA Whiff Masters, I think a lot to do with their agent selection. Something I asked for the side of Union Gaming earlier,
Hmm.
which is what Whiff Masters provide here. Now, starting off with Bind, it's going to be an explosive affair because both of these teams are hella dominant on Bind itself, but they have very different compositions, very different playstyles. Where on one hand, NAVIF Masters plays the Astra Viper with the double duelist. For the side of Lexious Gaming, it's a lot more single duelist oriented, where they actually, sorry, it's the other way around. Lexious Gaming play the Astra Viper with the double duelist, and NAVIF Masters are a lot more oriented towards the utility, which is why a small edge to NAVIF Masters, but it's very, very small. Like I could say 51-49 at the very best.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of small edge, but I do see I mean, look, I feel like this map ban hasn't really been a ban to at least like block someone's performance on a like certain map, because from what I thought, maybe like
Yeah.
Lexious will try to ban Split or Ascent to at least stop NA Whiff Masters, because in quarterfinals, NA Whiff Master had an incredible performance on the map of Ascent. But over here, we're more kind of seeing like a comfort pick, right? We're more kind of seeing a comfort pick from both these teams. They're like, okay, it doesn't really matter if they're good. We're comfortable on the map of Ascent and Split, so we're not going to be banning those. We're going for those. So what are your thoughts about this? Like, not really cross banning, instead going for the comforts pick. Like, do you support this or are you against this?
I it's not about supporting or against. It's what makes the most sense. Like, it's the game theory
Mm,
optimal for both of these teams,
mm,
where this is the best possible scenario. It's a win-win for both of them because now they get to actually pull out all the stops. And coming into bind, it's very interesting because if I remember correctly, NFF
mm.
Masters play a no duelist composition. They play that
Yeah.
double controller, double initiator, and Sage. No, a Cypher, I believe, if I remember correctly, against the double duelist, double controller from the side of Lexious. You can already tell that these two teams are like inherently the more caught up to the meta teams, even compared to someone like Crash Landing on You, who only recently pulled out that newer Sky composition.
Hmm.
These two teams have been playing this comp for a while. So no
Yeah.
duelist. I think it's going to be very important to see if any of if Masters do end up pulling off a strong attacking side, because when they go onto the defense, oh boy, it's going to be a hella tough batter for Lexious to make anything happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be really tough because, as you did mention it, these are comfort picks without a doubt, and both these teams are really great on all these maps. So I am personally expecting that kind of it to go real close. And as you did mention, they also don't have any duelists. They also have a composition with
Yeah.
a no duelist. That means defensive game plan at the same time, much more tactical approach is going to be the mindset. And would you think the same way as well?
Yeah, absolutely. The
Mhm.
only thing I would like to add on to that is I want to see Battle Cipher now, because this is something I've been secretly begging for a lot of teams. Not so secretly, obviously. In analysis segments, I beg for is that when we have
Yeah.
this Cipher come in, I want to see him stray away from that pure lurker role to once in a while become the entry, especially when he's got his ult online. If you can take your Cipher with you on the entry, it doesn't matter who gets the kill because the hat will come off and instantly you know where everyone is. And that's where the value of the Cipher comes in. As you said, the rotations are going to be so important. So at this point, it's going to be very important to see that Cypher creating that initial presence, using the Sky potentially with him, or maybe you could see the Sky and Brimstone pairing together to make a play happen on one side, where then the Cypher and the Sova pair up. The issue with that default is that then you're pushing both of the reliable info agents together. So I do want to see the Cypher Sky as a combo, and then the Sova Brimstone can play a much more passive role where they slowly take control once presence has been established on the other side of the map.
Yeah, pretty much understandable. I mean, as you did mention, how they're probably going to be trying to play that no duelist composition. But yeah, on the other hand, we also do see kind of them playing a little bit of, double duelist compositions as well. So maybe going that against no duelist. Like, look, we're seeing a team going completely offensive, and at the same time, a team playing it a little bit safe in the back. They don't really want to take their chances. They just want to try and play it out a little safe. So, as I did mention, and also these are comfort picks. These are not really those cross band picks here. So each and every single team is comfortable on those particular maps. So this is definitely going to be interesting. And I mean, what are your overall expectations from both these teams, and what kind of strategy executions will be shown from overall Lexious?
I think my expectations are very high, but since you mentioned Lexious, I have to point out two specific players.
Hmm.
Asite and Raitos are
Yeah.
these are the two players. They've been even in Indian teams in the past
Hmm.
where they really made their mark in the South Asian scene through that. But now coming through with a Maldives team of their own, I'm excited to see, especially Asite, how he does pan out, because he is a very prolific jet and race player. He's very strong with the operator, and he's gonna have to be continuously consistent. The one thing though that I have found to be a bit of an
Mm.
issue is that when he's not popping off, he does end up being very quiet. So let's see if Asite is able to get off on the right note, because as we expected, it's the exact same compositions. The Astra, Viper, Raze, Reyna, Sova for the side of Lexious, and the no duelist composition for the side of NAVF Must. I have zero expectations of that Yoru being locked in.
Exactly, and I mean, as you did mention, this man is absolutely skilled in itself. He's mechanically skilled. He's absolutely aim cracked. I mean, I don't know what do you want to say. I mean, this man overall his mechanical aim as well has been on point since the past, and I really feel like give this man any kind of a weapon, he can probably make a lot of things happen in general. But now look at this, a no duelist composition again shown from their side, and this is going to be absolutely interesting. As you did mention, none of the curveballs being thrown, a complete straight up battle, straight up challenge coming out in the map of Bind, and I am excited for this.
Yeah, and just for the sake of relevance, some information that I'd like to give out to the audience is that normally when these guys aren't playing double duelist compositions, the duelists are Poseidon and Ice Speed. So you can expect them, while they are on different agents, to carry over that similar role, where Poseidon on that Brimstone, of course, playing that secondary almost entry role, and Ice Speed on that Sky, much more of that battle Sky. You can expect a lot more pop flashes because their Viper player, Dennis69, is one of the best Viper players I've seen in this region itself. He continuously is able to find a lot of value with his utility, and he is going to be one to look out for. On the other side, though, you can see all of these players, they are ready. The match is going to get started, and this is what I love. NAVF Masters starting on the attacking side. This will make or break the entire map. If Lexious Gaming get off to a strong defensive half, then maybe they can push back against the fortress that is NAVF Masters on defense. But if NAVF Masters end up winning their attacking half, I think it's over before it even starts in the second half.
Exactly. Whiff Masters already on attack, Lexious on that defense. I mean, defense will probably be looking strong. Of course, Lexious shouldn't really be that disappointed for that, without a doubt. And look at that. I mean, Sid already has that kind of classic going on in his hands, and slow approach is being taken from both the sides. Whiffmaster trying to play things out really slow. But look at this now. Executing or trying to find themselves an entry inside the side would be a little difficult for Whiffmasters, but I just want to see how it's going to be happening, because Sky is there with those flashes, making sure the entry should be found. Unfortunately, blinded her own teammates. It's going to be Ice Speed. And as you did mention, both of these lads are kind of the duelists that usually do play. They do play kind of that duelist composition, so you can expect them to at least be that battle cipher. And that what? That was just him getting absolutely demolished. Goes from the back lines, also work around it, and easy entry being found. I really like how patience were being shown from both the sides. But Raito's now, whoa, he tried to kind of peek outside the smoke, will be taken out. He will have to pay the price for it. He was also taking a decent amount of damage from that snake bite, but fortunately, Spike has been planted, and pretty much up till now, it really looks like there are massive chances of happening. This might just be a flawless kind of round for their side. Yep.
Yeah. And flawless it is, and I have to say, I love the fact that NAVF Masters are doing exactly what I was asking for, exactly what I talked about. If you notice the defaults, it was the Cypher Sky playing together to take initial hookah control with the Trailblazer, and it was the Brimstone and the Sova playing to take initial Shavas control. This default ensures that you have consistent information on both sides of the map, and the most important part of it all is that it frees up the Viper completely. Like, it's a shackles off the Viper to do whatever the hell she wants. She can play that pure lurker role that she truly is destined for, and she truly is at her very best. The number 2 point that I really like is that, again, they're putting up this same wall, which means they're setting up the conditioning, they're setting up the fear in their opponent's minds. They've done that, we execute. This time with the Spectres pushing in, Lucifer misses a lot of shots, but with the dismiss being used for Zixerv, he still is very damaged right here. Poseidon just gonna push back, but with Asite picking up a double here, the aggressive push from P-Long paying off, a thrifty on the cards for Lexious Gaming.
Wow, Lexious, what? Even on an eco round, they're still managing to do a decent amount of damage here. It's a 4-2 situation. Even keep this in mind. This was a hard eco being made from the side of Lexious, and they're still on that man advantage. This already tells us how close this game is going to be in general. Whiffmaster slowly, steadily working around. I don't really like this push from Dennis. Oh no, I feel like he should try and play things out a little safe. Zexerv was already down low, so the kill was pretty much expected. Only has 10 bullets. Oh no, he needs a fresh magazine. But unfortunately, Asete will pretty much get a kill for himself. Dead is taken out. Poseidon, the last man alive. 1-on-3 is left. And I really feel like maybe saving is probably the best bet Poseidon can take. But no, left. I feel like he's probably going to be taking the spike, moving all the way back onto A side again. And he's like, well, I would rather give it a try than just sitting back and then cry. Understandable.
Nice run there. But hey, I mean, it is understandable. Poseidon still has full HP, but he's running out of time. He needs to get the spike planted, set up a heaven and a side smoke for himself to do exactly that. Taked out one and was able to take out QPTO. Now gonna get the spike planted in a 1v2 situation. Needs to try and isolate the 1v1s, but the recon revealing his position. It's that duo that we talked about initially. Site and Raitos able to finish off the round, pick up a thrifty for the side of Lexious, and they are the ones who started it off. B-long push completely unchecked, completely unaccounted for from the side of Whiff Masters. They pay the price. Look at this right here on the replay. That B-long with the Sova and Rage just walking in completely unchecked, and this is something that Whiff Masters cannot afford to do whatsoever. They need to be very careful with every corner of the map because they don't have the duelist, which means once they get pressured from one side like that, they don't have the firepower to aggressively push in on the other side. Their comp relies exclusively on control, so if they give up control like that for free, their comp will just fall over like a house of cards.
Exactly, their comp will pretty much just kind of fall over. And look at this now. Well, I mean, info already kind of given away. No one was being spotted in there, so pretty much an easy entrance inside the bathroom area. Snakebite out to at least try and stop them here. Maestro hasn't been tagged, so at least that is a little bit of saving grace for him. On the other hand, Ghost slowly, steadily working around. Of course, the Cypher is trying to create some distraction on short area. And look at this kind of Viper wall going in as well. Snakebite there to at least try and deal as much as damage. And well, that's a great recon from their side. Two players spotted. Maestro there to work around it. Both of them will be taken out, and this is it. Whiffmaster trying their best to kind of fight back in this moment. But look at this. Viper's HP is down really low, and this is going to be Zexer easily getting those rounds. And again, that recon is just doing so much work. Raitos is a real great solo up till now, at least where he has been showing that great skills.
Yeah, absolutely. It was an eco for the side of Whiff Masters, so they did well to pick up a couple kills and get the spike planted. That's a decent bit of money. But Lexious Gaming utilizing the momentum perfectly. Maestro with that double, using the info his Sova was able to give him. But the best part about it was that he'd already set up the snakebite before he actually went for the spray. So it meant that they were all flushed into a tiny corner, which allowed to get him that collateral from that tag onto just one agent. Now you can see again, Whiff Masters, they tried this on the eco, they're gonna try this once again, this time with the weapons through, taking aggressive showers control, leaving the Cypher this time towards the B area to lurk and find some information for himself. It's gonna be the Brimstone and Sky pushing in. These are the usual duelist players, so you expect them to make the initial moves, and they've taken showers control for themselves, picked up the ult op. They just need to find a way to get Dennis onto site, because if they can take full showers control, then they can call for the rotation from the Viper, and from showers itself pop that Viper spit, where they can then find entry onto the site using that Viper spit. But now the Seeker's coming out, that's what's gonna start the execute.
Welcome to my world.
Seekers are out. It has also revealed a lot of intention. Zexer's position has been compromised, but he's just too fast to react to that angle. Lucifer will walk straight into it. Maestro still behind defaults and trying to find at least any kind of info, or he's trying to steal a kill away. But Zexer, man, this man is just putting in a lot of work single-handedly, all by himself. Whiffmaster, last man alive. Poseidon trying to make some work happen, peeks out, takes down Raitos, and this is where a lot of pressure is. They're all going to strike inbound. Zexer has moved all the way in the left side, trying to deny as much as time as possible. But look at this, Zexer also has his ultimate popped. That means he has a little bit of fire and boost onto his side. Poseidon walks out, will be taken out by Zexer. And wow, defenders win another round. I mean, Lexious have been doing quite great so far. They've gotten themselves a decent lead as well.
I mean, with Zexer picking up this initial triple and denying that Lamp's control to the side of NA Whiff Masters, it meant that even though they got the spike planted, the plant position worked against them, because in that position when you don't have Lamp's control, you should never plant for the truck default. Rather, you should try and go for the showers plant itself, which would have made life a whole lot easier for Poseidon on his post plant and ice speed as well, because they had full showers control for themselves. And this is the issue here, because now since your spike was on that Viper and they had to go for the truck plant, they couldn't actually pull off the round. A good effort from Poseidon though, picking up a triple and getting his orbital strike online. Maybe if he'd waited a couple more seconds to pop that orbital strike, he could have tried to play a bit more for time. But at the end of the day, Lexious just played it perfectly. But look at this! Pixel peaks from Lucifer, finds the one tap and punishes Zexer for playing that same position once again. This time they have got lamp control, they have got showers, so they're gonna call to their Cypher, hey bro, pick up the spike and join us on it.
Being a little too predictable there, Zexerv, and he will have to pay the price for it. He got punished instantly. Look at Ghost, he's trying to walk around from the short side. Info has been given. Hunter's Fury out as well. Lucifer trying to deal as much as damage on the lads that are trying to make the rotations happen. And what? Look at that. Well, I mean, that's quite of interesting there. But yeah, Right House already all the way up into heaven. That recon has just revealed so many players. But unfortunately, Raito doesn't really have that much of manpower to work around it. Slowly, steadily, they're trying to make this retake happen. Gets one, gets two. This is pretty much seems doable now. It seems clutchable. Smoke being out from the Astro as well, and this is where Raito's the call has been given to make it a stick.
Standing ahead. One enemy remaining.
Oh, the
Last
recon
player
though.
standing.
Oh, Ghost still manages to finish them off in that 2v2. It was looking so difficult because the call was correct. They set up the smoke, they went for the diffuse, but they only stuck it halfway through. They could have just gone for the full diffuse because they should have known that this was an eco from the side of Whiff Masters. It's almost impossible to like kill the diffuser through with just the sheriff and QPTO protecting you in that situation. But Ghost on the wraparound from Lamps, even though his teammate gets taken out, he takes out the diffuser and he takes out QPTO, which means the round, a thrifty goes in the bags of Whiff Masters. And damn, this is getting intense. Just 5 rounds into this first map, and we've already had 2 thrifties, 1 really close potential clutch, and both of these teams just giving it their all, playing neck to neck. This time, Maestro trying to deny Shower's control, still will be pushed back because of the recon drone, has bought himself some time with the snake bite. So now with that tag lapsing out, he's just going to try to hold on as best as he can. But on the other side, you have to take a look at the sky. The Trailblazer now going to reveal QPTO's position, which means that they can aggressively push this Astra and take out that controller.
Astra's trying her best to kind of keep the control onto there, but slowly, steadily, a little bit of unfortunate moments are happening here. So they're trying their best to kind of recover back from those.
Hello?
Yeah. Well, it seems like we're having a little bit of issues here, unfortunately. But
We'll be back real soon.
yeah, well, hopefully we'll be back. But yeah, I mean, unfortunately, there are a little bit of issues going on. Unfortunately, hopefully it gets fixed in time. Yep, and it seems like, well, I mean, we're just going to be having a little bit more screen time. Hey, welcome back, lads. How are you all doing? Unfortunately, a little bit of technical issues, but I'm pretty sure the production crew is trying to work around it. If we'll be back soon in the match, don't worry. Hopefully, you guys don't miss any action because I personally don't want to miss it as well because it was getting really close and intense, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like we were at the edge of the cliff and then suddenly intermission. Yeah. Maybe it's time to really, grab some stacks. But hey, I think we are going to be just about back right about now. So we will be showing you the action any minute now as soon as we switch over, and it gives us a second to talk about the idea that what these compositions really need to play out. Again, that Brimstone Sova default, we're going to play slower as compared to the Cypher Sky. It's really up to the Cypher Sky to make it happen. But hey, we're ready. Let's go back quickly into that matchup. Maestro picking up a triple kill here. We missed a little bit of it, but as we expected, Lexious Gaming on that strong note, shutting down NA Whiff Masters. Now, Dennis is able to take out his counterpart Viper, but still, at this point, 2v4 is going to be a very tough round to pull off.
We missed a little bit, but we missed an important part because, I mean, Maestro got himself a 3K, and that was absolutely massive near the bathrooms area. I'm a little upset that we missed that, but it's fine. Slowly, steadily, I mean, we do see defenders. I mean, they have already set onto the A side, that's for sure. Maestro has made himself that big plan. Take a look at that one way as well. Outside bathroom. This is just going to be creating such a massive trouble for the lads of Whiff Master because Dennis's wall is down low. This is where problems will really decide to start. Oh no, Maestro lifted up a little bit of shots, but
my god,
that's an ace from Maestro. Wow. Oh my god, he had 40 HP in the end, still managed to kind of win that round, and that one way, absolutely great.
Yeah, the Showers one way really well set up by Maestro, able to use his utility perfectly, finding that triple kill first towards that A-shot angle, and then finishing it off with that one way coming into play. you can see the issues with the lack of a duelist for the side of Whiff Masters, because when they do try to take control, they are being answered. Maestro here, denying that Shower's control perfectly, understands that if not the Brimstone Sova, then the Sky at least always come to take Shower's control, and that default being read by Maestro, he shut it down in the round before itself. This time they tried to contest his shutdown, and he just mowed them down, finding a triple for himself. Now, I do notice that the Seekers are online for the side of Ice Speed on Whiff Masters, so they can use those speakers to make something happen.
Yeah, definitely they can use those Seekers, and I really want to see what exactly is going to be going on here. But again, well, hey, seems like we're going to be getting a little bit more screen time. Well, I'm pretty happy to be here back again, but I just really want to see the game, and I'm pretty sure all the viewers are pretty stoked to see because Maestro just had an insane play. And again, you guys will have to see and take a look at our faces, which I do understand would be a little disappointing, but hey, I mean, we can't really do much about it.
What we can do though is talk to you guys about it and make sure that you're hitting the subscribe button, because this is just the semifinals. The finals coming up soon, but let's talk about the matchup in general, because in the pre-show we talked about how that Brimstone Sova and Cypher Sky were important, and while they're doing that, I want to see the Cypher Sky getting a lot more aggressive, getting a lot more free with the utility. But hey, we're ready again. We're back with the matchup real soon. Necro has gone full Minecraft mode, getting ready for it. But hey, Whiff Masters now in a 2v2 situation. Maestro actually able to put one out. The time is running out though. Zigzag with the kill is huge, but Ghost just needs to play slow. He finds one, but the peak was too early. He did not need to go for that. Gets taken out, and the defuse will come through for Maestro. I'm also noticing that his Viper's pit is down, so I assume that he used it somewhere along A shot, and that's why the B execute happened. But then the retake was just too good for Lexious Gaming.
Yeah, the retake was definitely just too good for them, but yeah, with that being said, I mean, Lexious just has that massive lead kind of taken over the lands of Whiff Master, and unfortunately, it's looking really tough. I mean, the way they're playing, look at that economy as well, kind of down bad low there. I mean, still, they can at least try and get themselves up those light buys, light armors, and a little bit of ARs going in, like Phantoms and Vandals. But on the other hand, Lexious is looking absolutely great. They're feeling themselves, and Zexurf and Maestro are just popping the hell off.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at this, a very aggressive push from Esete and QPTO towards the D-shot has been controlled. But on the other side, traded out for Shower's control. Ghost holding on, able to shut down Esete. Maestro will find the return kill. You can't keep contesting this guy because he's a master at making sure that Shower's push doesn't happen. Zexurf will find another, drop the spike carrier, and Whiff Masters defaulting back to the same strategy. They're getting punished again and again. Now Ghost, I don't think he meant to take that TP, but will cause a bit of distraction with that itself and allow Lucifer to just hold on to this angle, wait for him to maybe pick up a kill, and then move in towards the site itself.
That TP, one thing has definitely that TP has done is that it's keeping the Sova and Astro kind of being held onto the B side. They don't really know what exactly is happening because Ghost is being real quiet. And on the other hand, in the Lamps area as well, I mean, the Sova's position has been compromised, which is Lucifer. But look at this, though. Maestro is wrapping all the way from the back lines. This might just be really huge. Ghost is probably not going to expect that.
Oh my.
The trigger discipline was being there. He tried to find the second one, but he didn't really find anyone. So Lucifer now will have to fall back and try and clutch this moment out. Maestro spotting Lucifer out as well. Kind of trying to pre-fire. Will be punished instantly. And now it's all down to Lucifer. It's a 1-on-3 situation. He takes the TP instantly. And wow, this is an absolute big brain play. He should get the spike planted as well in no time. Probably 8 seconds left in the clock, and he should get the spike planted. No, he's waiting a little bit, still waiting a little bit. He knows the spike plant probably should be there in no time. Gets the spike planted, tags up a little bit of, gets a little bit of tags onto Cupido here, and wow, Raito straight up jumps out and takes Lucifer out like it's a nothing.
I get the idea that you want to try and delay the spike plant so you can make sure that, you know, at the end of the day, you're catching someone out on that rotate, but with only 8 seconds left, I would have rather he used that time to get the spike planted and get himself into long, because I believe he had 6 out of 7 ultimate points at that point, and if he'd been able to get himself on towards a long position and then just played for time, all he would need was 1 kill and his Hunter's Fury would come online and he would be able to secure the round. I said 6 out of 7, my bad, I meant 7 out of 8, but the point still stands. I forgot that the 8-point nerf came through, but yeah, the point still is that when he has that like close to his ult points left. You want to try and play for time as much as possible, and him not choosing to do that, they ended up hurting them, and he was not able to pull off the round. 7-2 now. Whiff Masters, while they're really strong on defense, they can't just let Lexious Gaming control the attack so much. They need to be very smart with it. But I see what you reacted to. That drone not being able to tag Zixub, missing by the barest of inches. On the other side though, Lexious Gaming were able to get a lot of info from their drone. The gravity well combined with the paint shell doing so much damage to Dennis. It goes there almost low, but the sky healing should get them back to tip-top condition anytime now.
All 5 of them kind of outside Hookah leaning towards that, goes down low, and at the same time Viper's down low as well. Whiffmaster, things are really looking real tough. Slowly, steadily, the kind of hopes are just falling apart for them. A CD. Now this is a great crossfire between Cupto, a City here, and at the same time, look at Cupto going huge, going ham. Will instantly smoke it off as well. And now the opening has been closed for Hookah. Slowly, steadily, now they do know there's a massive chance that there might be some lads working around from the long side. Maestro has the flank angle covered. Poseidon down low. All he needs to do is connect one shot. Connects that as well. Almost take the third one down. Oh my god, look at him. Lucifer barely surviving. He's hanging on the cliff right now. It's a 1-on-4 situation. I'm pretty sure the best thing he can do here is probably go for a save, and this is what he's going to be doing.
10 seconds left.
It's really confusing to me why any of Whiff Masters have changed their defaults, because the only thing that seems to stick with them is that either we take Showers control or we just try to rush down a particular site, and you don't have to do either of that. If Viper is investing so much into Showers, your Cypher Sky can simply just go take a shot, because you still have that guiding light to go in, and more importantly, you have a cage to cut off the A shot angle. With the Viper wall set up, cutting off the Showers as well as Heaven peak line, you get into the site from A shot for 3, and then you can set up another guiding light to take a lamps and then just hold there. Once you've got your presence there and you've kept a couple of players, that's when the Brimstone Sova come into action, who can then use their drone to take slow control towards V long, and that's what I'm finding really confusing. We haven't seen a single drone or Trailblazer for that matter towards the B long. They're continuously defaulting to either taking Hookah control and Showers control. They never actually tried taking B long or A shot control, and it's a little weird because there is an ult top towards B long, and given the nature of such high profile ultimates, you've got the Orbital Strike, Seekers, Viper's Pit, and the Hunter's Fury, as well as the Mutal Theft, which is just on 6 points. Any one of these players can pick it up. Poseidon though, a huge Orbital Strike right there, able to pick up that first kill. The Hunter's Fury as well coming in. It feels like deja vu. I was just talking about how good these ultimates are, and it's these two ultimates getting first 2 kills.
Yep, exactly. But this also gives us one thing, that the round that is probably being taken from the lads of Whiff Masters probably because of those ultimates. Imagine if the ultimates are being taken away from them, which is now probably. They don't really have any ultimates to work around it. Even the Viper's Pit has been committed here. So imagine each and every single ult they had has been invested into this single round. That means the next round they will have a tough time to get back up on their feet, because they just don't have anything left anymore. I really felt like, okay, Orbital Strike and that Hunter's Fury fine, but that Viper's Pit should have been kept safely in hand.
Yeah, but I understand the idea, right? It's because there's only 2 rounds left in this half. They're like, you know what, just put it all, get this one in the bag, and we'll think about the next one when the next one actually comes through. But I will say, like, this is what exactly I wanted to see from them. Try to recycle those ultimates. It's a second too late, but given the strength of their composition on defense, it's okay if they also manage to pick up the next round. And in the next round, they're gonna have to prioritize Ice Speed, get him those ult-ups, and get him the launch so that he can get his Seekers online ASAP, and you can use that ultimate to find the entry for yourself into the site. Now, noticing on the scorecard, you see, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Ice Speed has 5 out of 6 up points. So all you need to do is play either for Showers or B-Long control. They really do not seem to like B-Long at all. They're just going to keep going back to the shower area, try to take control, pick up the ult top. And Maestro is ready for this. And this is why it's so scary. He's 15-9, Maestro. He's a top fragger for Lexious. I don't understand why they keep trying to contest him in Showers. Why not just go towards that Sova on B-Long, where he's playing solo and doesn't have as much utility to hold it down?
Exactly, as you did mention as well, right? At this point, it really just seems like an ego battle going on between these lads. This is absolutely great from Maestro now. This Viper's Pit is just going to be denying so much kind of info for them, and at the same time, so many things are really not looking... What? What is going on? This is... Okay, well, you know what? See, I'm gonna save my questions for you later. What?
Spike down.
Maestro
Attacker spawn.
going huge! He found those
Yeah.
2 kills. He actually meant to flick onto someone else, but accidentally flicked on completely different person. Maestro trying to take Ghost down as well, but Ghost is down low. I mean, nothing much can be done here. Ghost will be taken down, and a complete domination being shown from Lexious Gaming.
Switching sides.
And what?
Yeah, so let's talk about this Showers ult top being picked up from high speed. I get the initial idea. You've tagged out the Maestro with the recon drone, you pushed him all the way back and you expect him to stay back. Okay, if you want to take the ult top, completely understandable. That's what I wanted from them. What I don't understand is why the 2 players playing with him are outside, just chilling out outside Showers, instead of taking proactive control, setting themselves up for where Maestro would peek out, because the visibility inside the Viper's pit is more or less the same. If you have 2 players there, even if one player gets taken down early, you can find the instant trade shut down Maestro. But instead, the 2 players playing on the back, and Ice Speed it's just pure, like, it's as you said, it's just pure kind of an ego battle at that point. And it's gonna really hurt Whiff Masters' chances going into the second half, because now 93, their pistol is so important, and the pistol I feel like is the weakest point for this composition in general, because they don't get 100% utilities bought, so they have to rely on their aim as well, and they've already invested so much just for a paint shell. They've thrown out a cage and a guiding light, so a lot of pressure now gonna go towards Dennis, who has that one-way setup towards a shot, and Poseidon, who's just trying to hold down with the longer smokes the Brimstone provides, trying to anchor down the Showers angle. This is where the execute gonna happen from Lexious. Dennis and Poseidon, they're gonna have to pull out a rabbit out of the hat.
In attackers, without a doubt, Lexious will have an advantage because they have that duelist, double duelist kind of composition going in. So advantage is pretty much expected, but at the same time, I mean, Whiff Masters also has like full kind of defensive thingy going on. Poseidon managed to find one, but will get instantly traded out by Maestro. Check your back lines there, but does in the right nick of time. Look at this Cupto as well, kind of working around in Lamp's area. He has heard the presence inside U-Haul, but still his position hasn't been compromised. I mean, he can just play around in this edge, and I really like how Raito just trying to create a little bit of distraction going in. We'll take one, we'll take second one as well. Cupto is going huge. He's doing a great job distracting them, and then Raito speaks out as well. We'll take one down, and a 3K from Cupto. Wow. Lexious is completely stomping out the lads of Whiff Masters, and I just feel like they're smurfing around.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, like right here, Cupto is flashed out. Like, there is, you know where he is even. There's no reason to pixel pick. Why not just wide swing and try to take him out instantly so you can deal with the person who is 100% going to be there in the anti-flash position, which was Raito's, to then deal with him. Whiff Masters just not able to think bigger, and that's the worst thing you could possibly do with this composition. The whole point of playing no duelist is that you have this galaxy brain, you have an ability to predict what the opponent is going to do, and you need the utility resources, which is why you carry that no duelist to pull it off. But again, the buy is going to come through this time. Asite finds one for the instant trade is there, but the Maestro, the top fragger for the side of Lexious Game, and comes up huge, opens up the side for them, and that's going to be the spike planted. That's likely going to be 11-3 in the back for Lexious Gaming, and the hopes for Whiff Masters and their fans slowly just going down the drain.
Exactly. Sadly, as you did mention, it's going down the drain. Look at that shock dart as well. That's some great find by Raitos. Pretty much needed that. But also at the same time, well, he was also getting attacked by that snake bite. And Raitos will get himself that 3K in that previous round. And it's just Lexious Gaming overall going ham.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And it's so important because it brings us back to our initial pre-show conversation, which is about how important this map is to both of these teams. It's one of their best maps in general, and the fact that both of these teams banned for themselves rather than banned out their opponents, as you mentioned, it means that they need to win the maps they're good at. Instead, you see, for the side of Lexious, they're just stomping on Whiff Masters, and this will end up playing into their minds because, in general, this composition, the way they started as well, it was 3-2 in the first half before it ended up ending at 9-3. Whiff Masters is going to be extremely disappointed with the way this has ended up going. Now, even look at this. There's this tiny bit where the snake bite is invested, the smoke is invested, but still the molly doesn't need to come out. It comes out nevertheless because they are panicking a little bit. But hey, nevertheless, Dennis able to hold on. A really nice play transfer to find a second. Poseidon with one and Ice Speed with another. Whiff Masters do fight back, and if they can pull off a flaw, never mind.
Well, if they can pull off, well, I mean, as you were about to say, well, I mean, yep. I mean, Whiff Master's barely hanging on the cliff, but does this mean that there is a chance of the comeback happening? I mean, look, they're looking pretty great on the eco. I mean, this is where Lexious Gaming, I mean, if Whiff Master actually want to win, or at least set that momentum pace going in the forward or the future rounds as well, they will have to take down Lexious one more time and completely paralyze them when it comes to their economy. I mean, these are my personal thoughts onto it. What do you think about it, CA?
Yeah, there's no room for error whatsoever. Whiff Masters need to keep winning and winning. I will say, as compared to any other situation, their comp does have a much better chance of coming back as compared to, like, say, if Lexious Gaming was in this situation and trying to come back themselves. But right now, let's look at the defaults. The Cypher Sova playing B, and this is because the Ice Speed with Poseidon took aggressive showers control. They now know that no one is at showers, and they get the info with the recon coming through that a B site hit is going down. So the rotations are coming out, but with the Seekers ready, the retake should be very simple. Gonna now set up the Trailblazer to get the initial information. Azute tagged out, has taken a little bit of damage. The Seekers do need to come out though. The Peaks cannot come out before the Seekers. They pay the price. 2 players down. It's up to Poseidon now to pull it back. He's already found a double for himself. But now 3v3 on the map. Time running out. The Sova has the Hunter's Fury. They need to make this quick.
So it does have the Hunter's Fury, as you did beautifully mention, so you'll probably be trying playing this situation out from a little bit back lines, and this is what they're trying to do their best at. Look at that, the Soa is near kind of that elbow area, and this is where, yep, the Hunter's Fury being popped. Dennis is in there, vision. Dennis needs to work around it. And no, Raito's thought that he's getting pushed by Dennis. Yes, he is, but it's a little too late. They've already gotten the round in their hands. It's 12-4. Lexious Gaming is looking absolutely immaculate force from their side. Is looking pretty unstoppable up till now. Whiff Masters is trying their best to make anything happen, but again, they're failing over and over again.
And the crucial part of this round was that while waiting on the edges, the players got a little restless. Oh, right over there, Ghost and Lucifer need not be playing such an aggressive elbow angle. They actually need to be playing, they can just give up elbow control, just hold the sideline to make sure an aggressive push doesn't happen. They should start pushing elbow once the Seekers come out. Yeah. Instead, they're playing in the thick of the elbow itself, and when Lexious Gaming make the right decision to take elbow control once the plant is getting done, they just find them all willy-nilly just standing there, able to take out both for no kills taken out, which puts Whiff Masters in an impossible position, because suddenly with the Seekers you're thinking, hey, I have elbow, I have screens, I can easily retake. That's not happening anymore.
Oh.
Instead, the same execute coming down. Raitos with that
Oh
double
my
shot
God.
dart kill. Again, the same players I was talking about. Finds the double kill, shuts down both the Sova and Cypher. And at this point, I think it's GGWP.
Dude, look at this Viper's pit as well. Each and every single ultimate being committed here at the same time, as you did mention, getting that maximum amount of value from those kind of snake bites there as well. And wow, that snake bite! Oh, each and everything here is kind of looking green, so no one kind of spotted that snake bite. Be there, Maestro! Pretty much fearlessly moves in, and whoa, attackers win. That's going to be at Lexious Gaming. Maldives, though, come out on top against Sri Lanka.
Yeah, Lexious Gaming played this beautifully. They utilized every part of their composition to perfection. On the attack, especially, the duelists coming in huge, actually creating space for them. And NA Whiff Masters just not able to react on time. The whole point of playing no duelists is when you're able to actually shut down the opposing team for making those aggressive moves, and when you're able to actually deny them from getting side control. But the fact that they gave side control, the fact that they weren't really accustomed to proper retakes, it felt like the no duelist composition could not get any value for the side of NA Whiff Masters, and Lexious Gaming were absolutely dominant.
Yeah, Lexious Gaming is absolutely dominant without a doubt. And, well, as you guys can see, our brothers over there who are casting in the Hindi language, it seems like, well, they have a lot to say without a doubt. They are trying to discuss each and every single move out. So, yeah, let's just do the same thing. Overall, man, I mean, in that previous game, there's just nothing much to say, right? I mean, no duelist composition was being shown from Whiff Masters. I was expecting a little bit more tactical gameplay, but again, it didn't really seem like anything was tactical in there. I mean, look, I might be sounding a little rude, but what do you personally think?
I 100% agree. Like the basic, okay, I won't say anything wasn't shown. I just felt like they weren't able to execute on the ideas they had. Like the idea on the attacking side, for example, where they were taking proactive control with the Cypher Sky Brimstone Silver combination. That was there. We saw that the drones and the Trailblazers coming out early, they were doing that. But then as soon as the adaptation came through from Lexious Gaming, as soon as Maestro started contesting that Showers push, they just ended up defaulting into the same thing again and again. The whole point of this no duelist composition is that you have so many options
Yeah.
for yourself. You have an ability to continuously change your defaults. You have an ability to change the agents that are pairing up together, and that was never there. Not a single time did they go towards B long, try to make a TP play happen once you go towards B long. Not a single time do we see them take a shot control and again try to make that TP play happen. Because what you can do is, for example, if you take a shot control and if you have your Cypher Sky again maintaining that hookah control, then you effectively do a hookah execute where you come in from the TP
Yeah.
and the Trailblazer goes in, the Guiding Light goes in. None of these creative strategies were found from NA Whiff Masters, and it makes me question, if you're not going to bring the creativity, why bring the no duelist?
Exactly. I mean, as you did mention the composition, they had overall so many things could be done. You probably told as well. A lot of possible things can be done and a lot much more creative approaches could be taken. But still, we just saw pretty much a standard approach from their side, right? All the time. And as you did mention, you just didn't really understand why were they going for that bathroom approach over and over again in the attacker
Yeah.
side. I mean, understandable. Maybe you guys have those strategies kind of working around that, Wiper's wall as well. It was kind of crossing all the way onto those lamps area. But still, I mean, if one time, two times, three times, if it's not working, maybe it's time to wake up and change things up a
Yeah.
little bit. I mean, they could have done so many things better. I mean, going taking that lamp control early off. They also had sky flashes, which is really big, absolutely
Yeah.
massive in any kind of a composition. Sky flashes reveal info, and at the same time, they're blind is for an eternity. If you get blind, you pretty much will be blinded for a really long time. So sky flashes are really good to at least flush any defender out of their position, and they just didn't really use it to their perfection. It just felt like some normal kind of composition was being played, as we mentioned. It was just like they were just getting smurfed on. It felt like a normal competitive game being played from the side of Whiff Masters. But do you have any points to add on onto this?
It's just that it felt like their name came true
Yeah.
at the end of the day. But hey,
Rip.
nothing to take away
Damn.
from Lexious Gaming. They played it
Oh,
beautifully.
man.
I think Raitos especially punishing the side of Whiff Masters again and again. Like we saw it in the last round, but it was throughout the map. Like in the last round, the way he understood that Lucifer and Ghost, just how he found them when they went for the execute in the elbow area, understood that they're likely going to be playing in that same position because of the fact that he noticed throughout the map these guys don't really adapt. Pulls out that shock dart and gets a beautiful double kill. And that was just like the epitome of what happened in the entire map because Raitos again and again was able to pull off these sick plays. Maestro again played it beautifully, but at this point, it felt like you're feeding a lion, you know? You're like continuously sending in the sheep, and the lion just like, okay, cool, thank you very much.
Yep, you're feeding the lion, and at the same time, feeding means you're making the enemy team's Maestro feel better. He's getting confident each and every single time he's approaching, and that snake bite, again, as we were talking about, but hold on to my words here. Let's just take a look at the overall scoreboard of the map. Maestro, again, of course, expected. This man was just doing a great job anchoring that overall bathrooms area and found himself, managed to find 24 kills, 4 first bloods. He had some shiny moments without a doubt. But yeah, I mean, a lot of mistakes were being made from Whiff Masters. A lot.
Yeah, it's just too many. But for now, it's still a best of 3. So we'll hope that we get to see a much more close contest in the second map because that's what Ascasis want. We want chaos. But for now, we're going to take a small break. Grab yourselves a glass of water. Go grab yourself some snacks and be right back with this best of 3 series map 2 in a jiffy. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Valorant Conquerors Championship, brought to you by NODWIN Gaming, with Gillette as our grooming partner and Talk Esports as the digital publication partner. My name is CA, and with me we have here Necro in this semifinals 2 matchup between Lexious Gaming and NA Whiff Masters.
Mm-hmm.
Map 1, NA Whiff Masters stayed a little too true to their name, and Lexious Gaming just ended up dominating. There was a bit of a whiff there in bind, Necro. So, do you think we can see them stray away, clean up their act coming into map 2?
I mean, the way they have been playing in the first map, I really feel like there's a massive chance we might just see a clean sweep because, I mean,
Yeah.
that's not just like a close ending. That's a massive ending. 4 in the 13. I mean, what do you expect? I mean, that's a massive kind of a difference without a doubt. And if I personally think so, we might just expect a clean sweep. But what do you personally think? Because, I mean, this is what I expect, a clean sweep. But look, there's always a little bit of chance given by the gods as well. So what do you think? Do you expect a clean sweep or?
I mean, I hate to say it, but I have to agree because it doesn't feel like any Whiff Masters came into the day with the right mindset on. I just feel like there's something off. But hey, we'll find out soon enough because I think we are ready to get into the match real soon. I'm just excited to see in this second map going forward into Split what changes we can expect, because from the side of Lexious Gaming, Raitos onto that race. Okay, hold on. Acetate, that means I expect will automatically pick up the Jet, which
Mhm.
leaves Maestro to finish off the composition.
Whoa.
Could be a Viper, an Astro Viper, definitely good. But what I want to really see here is a breach. Maestro, please pick me that breach.
Let's just see if he can actually, honestly, because I mean, Maestro's still kind of trying to make his mind up, but as you did mention, a breach or a killjoy can be really good inside this composition.
Breach.
And yeah, as you did mention, you just want to see a bridge no matter what, because they don't really have any kind of flash in the team. On the other hand, you do see Dennis kind of utilizing that omen, so at least they do have a little bit of kind of a thing to at least block the enemy side vision. On the other hand, on the side of LG, we're not really seeing it. Oh, well, it seems like, well, he's not really going for that breach this time. He's going for that Cypher. Interesting.
I mean, it's effectively mirror compositions on both of the
Mhm.
sides. The only difference being the Astro versus the Omen.
Yeah.
And again, Whiff Masters in that regard have a bit of wait, hold on. Does there I just noticed their jerseys. Their full name is Noob Alliance Whiff Masters.
Oh. NA Whiff Masters. Yeah.
I
That's what
didn't
their
know
name
it is. I give Whiff Masters some style points. 10 points to Gryffindor for the name. That's a really cool name.
Respect.
Yeah.
+1.
But hey, yeah, back to the point. It's weird compositions from both of the teams,
Yeah.
but if you look at them as it is, then the advantage does go through to Lexious, because Astra versus Omen on Split, this is Astra's best map. Like, without a doubt, Split is Astra's best map because of the cosmic divides that are so damn good. You can find executes, you can find fakes, you can find an ability to find, even the concusses are regularly good in that Wentz area. So I just want to see how Dennis is able to make an impact on this Omen, because otherwise it's the exact same composition. I'm excited to see Raitos on Raze with the utility usage that he was able to show on the Sova. Now on the Raze, it's going to be a really interesting affair. Asite picking up that first blood, and Raitos with another
Spike
Lexious
down
starting
A.
us off where they left.
Exactly. Rhinehouse did get himself that one, so already the man advantage heavily leaning towards the side of Lexious Gaming. I mean, just within a blink of an eye, 2 players down, massive amount of damage being dealt. NA Whiff Master, what can they do? Dennis slowly, steadily has found himself already way deep inside the heaven area, but there is someone on the rafters as well. Look at
One
this.
player
Zexer
standing.
beautifully waiting. So much patience being shown from this man, and I'm expecting a flawless round. Yep. Whoa, wow.
Okay, I am feeling a little bit of a deja vu if the next round becomes Thrifty, because in the first map, Whiff Masters were the ones who got a flawless first round, and then they ended up losing the next, and it ended up being Thrifty. So at this point, like, let's see if Whiff Masters are able to show us what Lexious did, which is a lot of fight within themselves, a lot of drive, hunger really to become that first team, and get Maldives into the finals itself. So I want to see if Masters can do the same thing. It's going to be hard ask because with Asite and Raitos popping off, now on the Marshall, Icebeat just trying his best to jiggle it out, is able to do so, but with the wall coming down mid denied, it's really now down to this B garage control that the attackers have taken. But you can see, this is why the Astra is so good. There's so many choke points on split that the Astra utility just works beautifully along the map.
Exactly. It does really work. Kind of a prime move without a doubt, but look at this. We already do see that initial engagements happening here and there. Icebeat now will have to fall back because of that nade. Lucifer has found himself that entry, but Vol gives his position away with that burst. Maestro as well striking in. Look at this man finding another one. Pretty much a clean swipe because it was an eco from the side of Whiff Masters.
Oh, Zixo, just right there. Wasn't a bit of pickle, but manages to pull out the kill in time. Lexious only losing a single weapon, and given the fact that one of their players did pick up the Marshall, it's not too much of a loss right there. Lexious Gaming, deja vu, gone. They maintain their control, maintain their momentum, and now going on to the third round, they have a bonus, especially on the defense with Asite on a glass cannon operator. This is going to be interesting because he's going to go for the ramp peak, but this is a floating operator. If he doesn't actually find anyone towards ramp, I expect just that Cypher to play on Maestro to play solo anchor because he is really good at that solo anchor role. We saw it in bind itself towards that shower's angle. Look at this though, Raitos playing mind games with them. They're not going to expect him here at all. He's going to be able to find one. Has the boombot as well to buy him some time. Instead looking to the satchels. I really wish he'd use the boombot first and then use the satchel to get the boombot over that slow area so that he could have got full value out of the boombot and just held on to his position because all he had was a Spectre. It did not matter if he died. His position mattered a lot more.
His position definitely mattered a lot more. Beautifully explained by your side. Well, look at this now. Whiff Masters already off to a great start. Unfortunately, they didn't really have any kind of great Phantoms or Vandals in their hand because they were already sticking onto the basic weapons that they bought in the second round. But Asite upgrading himself, that operator, this is, of course, going to be really kind of impactful inside this round. Only if he's able to connect those shots, then, of course, he will be dealing a lot of damage, or either he will be finding a lot of kills without a doubt. Look at this. Slowly, steadily, Asite moving in onto the B main side. I like the presence of mind being shown from his side as well, but Astra blocking his vision off. I don't really know if that was a great idea, but look at this rotation. A massive rotation all the way from the Seaver side. And I feel like, fortunately, the sound should be given away. And yes, the sound has given away. And here we see the rotations coming in.
Maestro holding it down. He's been in this position before, but this time with the Spectre in a long-range battle, gonna get taken down by Dennis instantaneously. Now 3v4, the spike will get planted, but it is a close plant, so they're gonna have to be very careful. But with Dennis clearing off Zixerv on the ramp area, it's just down to QPTO. He'll get taken down by Poseidon, and this round comfortably should go in favor of NF Masters. Asite now going for the save, the smart call, but I do believe the hunt has begun, and the hunt will be on for Asite's operator.
Definitely, the hunt has begun without a doubt, and they do want to make sure they're at least getting that operator back in their hands. But Asite is trying to hold on, will connect that crucial shot. This is what they needed. Poseidon is down low as well. I don't really know if committing for this would be a good idea. That's a great Cypher cage as well. Asite now realizes he should be backing off in this right nick of time, and this is what he exactly does. But this also means that the Sage slowly and steadily is wrapping around from the back lines, and this is where Asite might just have a little bit of problem, but I just feel like she's not going to be having enough time to make that flank happen.
Oh no.
Oh, one more second.
So right here, what I'm talking about is the slow comes in, which I guess makes him think that, hey, I can't boombot anymore. But that's not necessarily true because there's that tiny corner of the slow not covered towards the entry from for the attackers from mid. And if you place your satchel appropriately to bounce your boombot over the slow, then you completely nullify itself. And it doesn't matter that your position is revealed because all you have is a Spectre. So at that point, I felt like Raito should have just stayed, and it could have been so much more devastating for the side of Lexious Gaming and for the side of Whiff Masters in general. But hey, Asite with the operator save, he's the only one with the proper weapon buy here, already making it count, going for that slow peak. And this is what we talk about, the floating operator. As soon as he gets a peak, he's going to reposition himself, go where he thinks the action is going to happen.
Floating operator. Look at this now. Heavy mid presence is being shown. The wall will be shredded into pieces. What exactly happened? Now, one info definitely they do have is that a lot of lads from Whiff Masters are kind of accumulated in the mid area. On the other hand side, you only just see that Cypher working around on the A, and going to the B side is really going to be a difficult task. And this is what they finally realized. The city was being spotted, but that's a great paranoia from the Omen, blocking his vision off. Smokes is rolling down, and this is where the Satchel is out as well. A city is trying his best, and wow! Even with an aggressive operator, he manages to connect those two crucial shots, and this is where a lot of things are now looking into their favor. Flank was being made from Ghost, but he will be instantly shut down by Cubto.
Yeah, 3-1 picked up for Lexious Gaming. That round going through for them was ridiculously important because they only had a City on the operator, and he certainly made it count. The impact he was able to pull through this first blood, but then repositioning himself to be a menace across the map. That combined with the fact that Maestro's so good, just holding on, and Zigserve, like the one taps coming through, a City picking up the triple, relying on that Cypher's presence on A to just heavy stack that B side and shut down Biff Masters completely. Now gonna force them onto an eco. And the fact is that these compositions more or less mirror compositions, so it's not like attack or defense. Asite, wait, what was that aggressive peek? Finds one, now gonna try to shut down Dennis right here. Dennis is running for his life. Normally you'd think Dennis the menace, but more like Asite the menace.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Dennis is just scared for his life, as you did mention. Oh man, he just doesn't care about those kills anymore. He wants to save his life, and that's going to be the main priority inside his hands. But Right Out is just creating himself that off angle. That's a great shot from Lucifer.
Wow.
He tried to kind of turn things around, but Zexer from the backlines will seal the deal, and that's going to be it. Again, get another round in the hands of Lexious Gaming. Lexious is just completely stomping on the lads of Whiff Masters. And what do you think, CA? What can be done taking these compositions in the hand? And what do you think? So what wrong is Whiff Master doing here?
One enemy remaining.
I think the biggest issue for Whiff Masters, without the lack of that breach or even the Astra, right? Like, at least when you don't have the breach, what the Astra provides you is all of these options that you can use to get yourself into certain places. You can use the gravity well to get them to clear out a particular angle. You can use the concuss if you're trying to force a particular angle. And then, of course, you always have the smokes. The Omen, all he has is the paranoia. So I want them to see them actually heavily contest their mid and then use that paranoia. But Asite, at this point, you're not able to shut down this operator at all. You're just going to become harder and harder to deal with him because he is causing the rest of his teammates just to have a field day of a match. Now Dennis using his ultimate to try and get into garage. Just Sparta Asite so has to cancel it out, but because of that Asite has to reposition himself, and you can see slowly the Cypher look has reached the A ramp area. Now Ghost in a very sticky position because he's been revealed by the cam dot. The spams are coming through, and that's really not the position where you want to be taking out that dot. Maestro will take him out, and now with the neural theft ready, the information should come out right about now. And that's what exactly Cupideo and Raito's used to make mincemeat out of Whiff Masters.
What is going on? They're just getting these frags so easily. He also has the showstopper available, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to be investing into it right now. Ice Speed is trying his best to fight back, but oh my god, what is happening? Nothing much can be done from Whiff Masters. They're just getting completely smurfed on. At this point, this matchup is not looking fair against Whiff Masters. I don't really know what can exactly be done because they're trying their best to do anything possible, but I mean, it just seems like overall the game sense that is being shown from the lads of Lexious, it just seems really high.
Yeah, and it's just a lot of confidence issues. Look at Cupideo. 217. 6 rounds, the lad has picked up 7 assists already. This is why I keep saying pick that Astra on Split. She's just way too good. It doesn't matter if you know how to play her or not, because Split is the easiest map to play her with. Like, it's so easy that when I played Astra on early access, I found highlight reel plays for myself with Astra. That's how good Astra is, and that was a self-deprecatory joke. But hey, at this point, I guess NAVF Masters really, they just don't have anything in the tank right now, Necro. And the really disappointing part about this is that it's not indicative of the team they are whatsoever. Asite is just having a field day. You see, Maestro himself, he's just bored at this point. Look at the aggressive utility he's put up. A camera towards the entry of Imin, a trap fire right there too. The entirety of site free for him to just chill around and have a lounger.
Look at this though, he has the showstopper ready. A lot of the players are in the mid, and this is where we're going to be seeing it used. Yes, it is, but it's 2! That's absolutely massive! Rightos takes 2 with him. He's like, well, it doesn't matter. You guys can trade me out for that. I got myself 2 kills, and oh no! Well, we already do see another 2 being found, and yep, that's it. Well, another round being taken by their side. Wow, the confidence being shown from these lads. It seems like Lexious already got so much confidence over Whiff Masters. At this point, no matter what they try, Lexious is going to be an unstoppable force of nature.
Absolutely, man. And Rightos, I was so excited to see him on the race because his utility usage on the Sova was pristine. So if you put that sort of player on a duelist where the utility usage is really the difference between like a good raise and a top tier raise, you see Rightos really coming up huge. Using his utility, he's found so much damage with his pain shots again and again. He's that mid anchor working perfectly, and it allows Asite to just have the world of freedom. Even though he misses that shot right there, it doesn't matter because now Maestro able to get himself in aggressive position, and because of the fear Asite has put on his operator, he's able to hold on. Now Rightos, I feel like a bit of a caster curse there. Never went for the aggressive peek before. This time ended up going for it and paid the price with his life.
Exactly, as you did mention, a little bit of caster curse being in there as well, you know. A little bit of salt on the injury being shed. Asite will have to fall back. He does know they're pushing in. Dennis is clearing out the way like a tank. And look at that, Asite will find another frag onto Dennis, but finally he will be shut down. He will be strike down. Cupto is on the side, single-handedly trying to anchor it down. Maestro now, it's all left onto him. He will have to lurk around and try and find himself. But look at this. Spike is there, but also at the same time, the Cyber's wrapping all the way from behind, and this is where Maestro isn't really expecting him to be there. Oh, Maestro, you should watch your backlines. You should watch your backlines. This is not looking good, Maestro.
30 seconds left.
Oh, no, 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 no. Maestro on the front, on these stairs. And yup, Ghost just comes up, and he will clear Maestro out. I mean, finally, we do see a little bit of effort being shown from Whiff Masters to try and stop Lexious Gaming, but is it enough, though?
Yeah, I feel like the calls needed to be given from QPTO in that situation, because if you look right here, so QPTO, he gets this 1 kill, and he has no idea where the Cypher is, knows that the raise was on site, so the call needs to be given that, hey, I never spotted any Cypher on site, all I spotted was the raise, and with that call, as soon as the kill goes through for Maestro, if he knows that the Cypher was never spotted, then he can potentially expect that wraparound, and without that call, he's just going to be thinking, oh, all my teammates died on site, so that guy's probably on site. Having said that, a really nice round picked up for Whiff Masters. Maybe this is the boost they need, the catalyst they need to come back to form. A really nice couple of jiggles from Dennis right there. Makes it that they miss his shot. And with the mid wall coming down, they're trying to push in, but the B-Heaven wall perfectly timed by the side of Lexious Gaming. They laid there for so long, and that nade, even though it didn't do as much damage, it just flushed them out. Like literally just cockroaches, go, 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 this bug spray.
Oh no, Showstopper going to a waste, and Zexor peeking out in the right nick of time. This is where High Speed will be taking down the city, slowly, steadily working around it. He has already found 2 big kills, and this is it. His role is done inside this round. He managed to find those 2 impactful kills. Maestro now kind of making that rotation through the Seaver lines. There is no one on A, but we do see Poseidon slowly, steadily working around. Broken the tripwire. This is where the info has been given away. But look at this though. He also does have a flank angle being created. Ghost, he might just have an impactful position, but he's expected there by Zexor. Oh no, gets away for a little bit. A distraction being created. And well played by Zexor there. I really like how he played that out. Poseidon position given away pretty much. Nothing much can be done. He's getting pushed from all the different angles. He's getting pushed from the front lines, back lines. Zexor will wrap around and take Poseidon out the game. And another round. Why am I not surprised?
Because Lexious Gaming are dominant giants, Necro. They are the fabulous team, and I have to point this out because it's so important. We've had Afghanistan and Pakistan qualifiers, we've had Nepal and Bhutan, and in both of those, it was just Pakistan and Nepalese teams able to make it all the way through. This time in Sri Lanka and Maldives, we see 1 Maldives team coming out. And that one Maldives team just looks like it's the cream of the crop from Maldives, the best of the best, and they are currently demolishing NA Whiff Masters, setting their date with Crash Landing on You. And given the way these guys are playing and given the way those guys did, oh boy, tomorrow is going to be one hell of a banger. If Okay, I'll have to say an if, because we always have to keep hope for a comeback, because we're casters and we always want the best for both the teams. If they end up winning. But hey, look at this! Just like the anti-caster curse, where I actually say something and it happens, then is able to get a really nice one tap, and this could be a option, like this could be a position where NFF Masters use this boost. All they really need to get is like 4 or 5 rounds in the attack, and then they can go on to the defense. They have the Jet this time. They can try to get the Operator online and Poseidon and try to make a comeback happen.
I mean, they just have 3 more rounds left, and that means they will have to get each and every single round in their back. And well, up till now, it's not really seems to be impossible for now. It's a 4-4 situation. Ritos, if a man like Ritos is staying alive, the hopes will be pretty much looking like they're being shattered. Oh, the drone's pretty much chasing Poseidon now, but he will be moving out the way. Cupto anchoring on the side, again making a lot of work happen. It's all down to the Omen and Jet now, which is Poseidon and Dennis. So much burden on their shoulders. What can even they make it happen? Poseidon won't visually be blocked with that smoke, but this also gives him room to kind of work around it. Yep, Cupto spotting him out. Oh no, a little bit of warning shots being fired, and that's it. Cupto, well played. That was a nice, I mean, Cupto's just doing really great when it comes to anchoring down that side.
Yeah, the defaults for this side of Lexious are very simple. They play the Astra to anchor down one area, the Cypher to anchor down another, and this gives the Sage a lot more flexibility to play along with Ritos, where his job, of course, is to anchor down mid, but he doesn't necessarily need to put the mid wall every single time. Instead, you can see sometimes he puts up the B heaven wall, and this is because Maestro on A hasn't even been pressured a single time. Most of Whiff Master's presence have always been towards B and mid. The only time we saw a presence on A was a lurk, and that was shut down. Asite once again rush off. He's picked up 1 kill. Popped his Blade Storm, looking for more. The revive will come in to neutralize Asite's kill, but with Zexerf taking out Dennis, the controller is down, and this push so hard. All the smokes out. The Jet as well gone. Asite looking for more. He'll find his third before going down, and Zexerf be like, "I'll avenge you, buddy." Comes and wraps it up real nice with the bow on top. 9-2 for Lexious Gaming. I'm not sure if a comeback is possible anymore, Necro.
Same. I mean, the comeback, like the chances of comeback seems like they're really fading away here slowly and steadily. I mean, if a man like Asiti is staying alive and making those aggressive peaks happen, and then Blade Storm as well, kind of showing that presence. So, see, I mean, I just had kind of like a fun kind of game for us as well, right? So, let's just try to cast around with the maximum pace as we can, right? Let's just try to go as fast as we can. All right. So, do you want to start or should I start?
You go for it.
All right. There we go. City's already looking at the long side here. Misses a shot. Will instantly dash back and backwards. We already do see a heavy presence outside the ramps area. Connects that shot, but we instantly shredded out by that Blade Storm from Poseidon. Also, the drone has been taken out. Look at that. A little bit of aggressive peek, but not really coming out in his favor. Maestro takes another one down. Already there is one man under the ramps. Maestro trying to work around it. Neural Theft active, but not really able to find a lot of info with it. Instantly got taken down. This is where Whiff Master might just have a massive chance of getting that round in their hand. Zexer as well, trying to find any kind of info, but look at this. We already do see Cupto slowly, steadily wrapping around on the screen side. Iceman have got himself kind of an off angle. He might just find himself an opening, but he probably is not. Cupto slowly, steadily trying to work around. He's going towards the screen area. This is where Lucifer is getting aggressive. He will be caught, of course. And this is where slowly, steadily Zexer moving inside the elbow area. Zexer just kind of pre-firing those ankles. Ice Speed, he hasn't left his hopes. He's trying to fight back in this moment. Zexer, he does know he's right there. Ice Speed will have to peek out. He didn't really have a lot of bullets in mag, but still managed to clutch that round out.
The fuse will go down for Zexerf, and I will start mine in the next, because 10-2 is going to be the pistol. A really nice one, Necro, from you. So,
oh my god, I ran out of breath.
I'll let you catch that breath. We'll start over with the next round again. We'll get this going. A bit of fun for the audience in general. If you're enjoying it, make sure you hit that subscribe button, you know? Because while this match may be a little one-sided, I promise you can take my word on it that tomorrow is not at all going to be one-sided. Tomorrow, we're going to see the best of the best from the Sri Lanka and Maldives region in the finals. So make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and get it going, you know? All right, it's my turn now. It's going to be Lexious Gaming on the attack, leaving Asite alone on his lonesome on towards the A main. Round about to start in 5 seconds, and we see the buys. It's just going to be 1 ghost for the side of Poseidon. You see 3 classics, 3 light shields, and Lucifer with a light shield himself, which means no ball right here or no slow orb. Now all of these players moving in through mid. You see 1-3-1 composition for the side of, and it's Rightos trying to make his move happen now. Spots out the wall, tries to take it down, just trying to bait out Lucifer. Is able to do a little bit of damage, but that bait shell was a bit of a whiff, and it will mean that they have to just back right up. Now it's your eyes are all on Ghost here. He needs to make the move happen. As City on the other side trying to do the same. The dash was a bit of a fail, and Poseidon took him down, and Ghost here gonna try to do the same thing. Maestro trying to make the moves happen with this. Dennis is able to get one kill, but it will not come through. Dennis just trying to anchor right now, and that's all I can give you. Oh boy, I'm better at rhyming than rapping, I think.
It's fine. This is a perfect combination, right? One lad's good at rapping, but here we go. The Paranoia out. That's going to be finding a great burst on it. Dennis. Maestro will instantly shut down. Slowly send the working around, and Maestro will find another one. But the recon dart, those all kind of dealing a lot of info. I actually know the Cypher Cam was the one who actually got that reveal, but look at that drone. Already finding himself that opening. Zexor have been taken down. IC trying to work around it. He's trying to deny the plan as much as possible. Cupto, as well as always, kind of doing a real great job on the east side. But this time, it's just going to be... It's just going to be Whiff Masters coming out on top. Wow.
Yeah, a really nice round picked off for Whiff Masters. I think the key to it was the fact that Asite ended up failing that dash right there. If he actually ends up pulling off that dash, it means that he has more room and opportunity to make his lurk happen. A lot more pressure on the side of Whiff Masters. So we'll see if they're able to clean it up. But this pistol very important for the side of NA Whiff Masters. They need to make sure that they are able to continuously maintain this pressure. And oh my god, Poseidon with the Phantom right here. We'll see if he's able to haunt Lexious Gaming and make the work happen. Having said that, I do notice one of their players only a Spectre and no shields, which is pure glass cannon, so that might be an opportunity for a Thrifty mix up. Now, all of Lexious Gaming trying to move in aggressively. Poseidon will find one, but the instant trade on the Phantom, that's not worth it at all. Maestro now looking for more, but goes with the more down in Wets. He's found a triple for himself. QPTO will find a trade, but at this point, his GTWP with Masters will pick up the round.
Well, it seems like finally the comeback seems like it's gonna be. It might just happen if they just keep on doing the same thing that they're doing. If they just keep on make those rounds, fall back in their backs, I'm pretty sure there's a massive chance of comeback happening. Ghost with that great defense, unfortunately ran out of bullets. I'm pretty sure if he didn't, there was a massive chance that he would have just got himself that 4K without a doubt.
Yeah, because that could have been dangerous for the side of Whiff Masters, because Poseidon on the op got instantly traded out, which meant that if he only got like 1 or even only 2 kills, then that Phantom would have made the difference in the numbers disadvantage for the side of Whiff Masters. So Ghost getting that triple was extremely important. More importantly, even though he didn't get the quadra, he managed to hold on to his position for the backup to come, and the Phantom was never picked up. Now it's instead Whiff Masters starting off. This is a bit of a bonus for them. Only 2 weapons upgraded, which means that they can try to just do a lot of damage, and they've done that already. Zixev already picking up the first trade back for the side of Lexious Gaming, now making it a 4v4. I noticed that Maestro does have the ult online, so I'd like to see him rotate all the way through, come get the information for his team, because right now they're making a blind play and they're gonna get punished hard by Lucifer right here.
Lucifer's vision has been kind of blocked off. Dennis slowly, steadily walking in the side. He's doing his good. Kind of anchoring down the side again, finding another one. This is absolutely massive. Cupto will have to flush Dennis out of his position, or at least try and get him out the game, but Zexor getting those trades happen here and there, and Whiff Masters out of nowhere. They just seem so dominant, and Dennis stepping himself up. I like to see this. I like a close competition without a doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest thing for them has been coming onto the defense. They get to play a lot slower, and the same issue that we talked about for their own composition exists for the side of Whiff Masters. Now, there is a way to sort of circumvent that issue, which is just try to execute hard on the side. They're going to play anchor on, and I think that's what they're going to try to do here on the eco, though, which means they don't necessarily have the weapons to pull it off. So we'll see if they are able to do it, because now onto this A-side execute, the Cypher camera should give him all the information he needs. Instead, doesn't pop it till knows that the players are gone, so the camera remains and the site execute is done. They should be able to get the spike wanted, and the fact that the Cypher did not contest it at all is a bit worrisome for me, because you can see the wall now goes down to Kara's speed. All players going to come in from this tiny angle, and that off kill from Poseidon is huge, because now all the side of Lexious needs to do is throw utility for utility, but the same is going to come in from the other side. This retake likely to be flawless from Whiff Masters.
Yep, this retake can definitely be flawless. 2-on-5 situation, things are looking really tough on the side. Rightos was the only man he was trying his best to hold on. Now it's all down to Maestro. I mean, he is an incredible man in himself, but if it's a 1-on-4 situation, Maestro will fall apart because suddenly he just has a sheriff to fight with.
Yeah, it's a bit of an impossible situation right there. And at the end of the day, all they really wanted was money from that round. So they're going to be happy with the fact that they were able to get the spike planted. But they are going to slowly latch onto the fear like, oh my god, okay, we were really good in defense. Our comp was really good in defense. Does that mean that their comp is also going to be really good in defense? So the fear will latch on that, oh my god, what if they come back? Oh my god. And that fear can play a crucial role into the confidence of players like Asite especially. Because I'm not seeing as much of an impact from him as we saw initially. Now this is what I like to see. They're going to go back with the same execute. They realize, you know what, we got the site for free. The only difference was that they had the weapons, we didn't. This time we're gonna add in a cosmic divide to really make the change happen. And Ritos taking heaven control is humongous. Finds Poseidon and Asite taking out Ghost. The duelists are back online, and so is Lexious.
Healer down.
Look at this, Asite has a key positioning inside this entire game, but unfortunately was not really able to make a lot happen with it. He will be instantly shut down, but still, I mean, WM with Masters do have a little bit of advantage going into their forward inside this round. Dennis manages to take one out, will be instantly traded out by Maestro. Well, I mean, Whiff Masters trying their best, but unfortunately, I mean, they did manage to kind of stop the momentum from the side of Lexious Gaming, but it seems like now the momentum is gaining back forward, and Lexious is doing a great job stopping them.
Absolutely. I think the biggest adaptation that they made, which made a huge impact right here in this round, was the fact that they actually sent someone to take heaven control. Should have been done even in the eco, but I guess Ritos did not buy the satchels to make it happen, because you guys have to remember, satchels are a tad bit expensive now. So in that buy, he makes it happen, gets that heaven control, finds the heal, and at the same time, Asite clears out screens, which means there's no hope of a retake whatsoever from Whiff Masters. Now gonna go back to their defaults, leaving Astra to check B aggression. The Cypher puts down the trap fire for the A aggression and joins his team towards the mid. The entire wall being taken down now puts a lot of pressure onto Poseidon, because he needs to find a kill and back off right here. If he dies in a 1-for-1 trade, then Wen's control will be more than enough for a worthwhile trade for the side of Lexious Gaming. Boombot does delay them for a little bit, but at this point, Lexious Gaming with the mid control, they can do whatever they want, and they have that Astra to make it happen.
Definitely, they do have that Astra. Look at this. These are some massive frags being picked up by Whiff Masters. This is absolutely huge. Poseidon as well, connecting those crucial headshots finally. It does seems like, well, Whiff Masters finally show themselves on the board, and there is a higher chance if they keep on playing just like this, Whiff Masters not really giving any kind of room away for Lexious Gaming. There is a massive chance that they might just close this round as well in their hands.
Yeah, absolutely. But the issue right now is that Lexious Gaming just need 2 rounds. It's just going to take a tiny mistake a couple of times from the side of Whiff Masters to end their journey in the Valorant Conquerors Championship. So they're going to have to be very careful with how they approach this, especially considering that they still don't have enough money to bring back the operator on Poseidon. So this round, they're going to have to make sure they stay safe, every single one of them, and win the round, because if you drop too many weapons again, that operator will not likely end up coming into play. Look at this, Lucifer playing that vertical angle, but a 1-for-1 trade is actually in favor of Ritos, because the heal comes in for him, should be able to pick up the Reaver right here, has the showstopper as well, but Dennis right there to back him up, will be able to take out Ritos, and at this point, with Masters, there's not much they can do wrong. Poseidon will find a double, and this round should be over real quick.
Which will be over real quick. Look at this. Now, for now, Zexer's looking pretty much full on the HP. Will have to fall back instantly, but oh no, unfortunately, jumps and Poseidon capitalizes onto it. We'll take down Zexer out the game. Slowly, steadily, the momentum has been shifting on the side of Whiff Masters. A massive probable chance that they might just pull off a comeback in this map, but now it's going to be the round where we might just see a deciding fate of Whiff Master. If Whiff Master wins this upcoming round, then there is the most highest chance of a comeback happening, or at least OT. But if Whiff Master loses this upcoming round, then I feel like this is it for their journey.
Yeah, absolutely. This buy round is do or die, now or never. Whiff Master's got to make it happen, and all eyes on Ritos again for me, because again, Lexious, I feel like you don't need to go back to this mid control strat, but this time Lucifer changing up his wall. I think this is, even though I'm a big fan of using the B Heaven wall, this is not great, because at this point you only have the opposing race to hold down Wentz, having made all of that now, noise having caused the rotation for Poseidon to come down into B, the slow rotate now coming through for Lexious Gaming. They're going to look to make this A execute happen. This is where they initially found their success. This
Yeah.
might be where they find their map and series point.
I like how you beautifully pointed out there. This is how this is where they found success. And look at this, Raito with that ultimate. Did manage to break out of that kind of chain there, but wasn't really able to find any kind of value. But it doesn't matter. I mean, Maestro and a City are there to kind of trade things out. It's a 1-for-2 trade, so they're looking pretty great. It's a 3-on-4 situation, looking pretty favored on the side of Whiff Masters, as I did mention. I mean, looking pretty favored on the side of the other lands, but unfortunately, Whiff Masters will be having a tough time making this retake happen. And this is what exactly Zexurf is doing. Almost managed to find himself those 3 kills. Will be connecting that final shot as well. Zexurf. Oh my god, Lexious Gaming. Well, as I did mention, this round is going to be deciding the fate of Whiff Masters, and Lexious comes out on top in that round. That means, well, the comeback chances has disappeared.
One enemy remaining.
Whiff Masters, that was not the round to be Whiff Masters. Oh, Dennis missing a
my
shot
God.
too many. That's gotta hurt, man. And yeah, you said it, Necro. That round was do or die. Even though they've got the buys right here, I think the confidence is what really matters, right? The momentum, the morale
Yeah.
for the side of this Lexious Gaming. They know what's on the line here. It's their position in the finals, and they're gonna make sure they push in aggressively to make it happen. Now the wall, this is too late. It's vulnerable. It's gonna get instantly taken
Oh my
down.
God.
But Raitos does take a lot of damage. The heal will come through, but it's just at 70 HP. Poseidon, meanwhile, able to shut down the lurk of Maestro, which meaning they can't really go back to that A execute. Lexious Gaming, if they want to make something happen in this round, it's got to be through Wentz.
On the other hand, the Jets pretty much tagged a lot as well, so at least Raitos won't really be feeling lonely when it comes to that insane amount of damage being taken. Ice Speed has been hurt while reloading. Oh no, he didn't really spawn. Raitos sneaking in. Unfortunately, decided to look away in the unfortunate
fake.
timing. But look at this. Yeah, this was a great fake from his side, but Ghost pretty much expects someone to peek out of there. Same goes with Poseidon. I really like how cautiously they're playing this entire round out. On the other hand, from all the way to the T-spawn, we do see that Astro making the rotation on the A. Intentions look pretty clear, but look at that in the mid. Sage slowly, steadily wrapping around. Hopefully, thankfully, Zexurf is really well aware of that moment. Will take out Lucifer out the game. Ghost decides to
30
strike from the
seconds
back
left.
lines. Will instantly back up. He did not expect Cupto to come out from the front lines, and Ghost will be shut down. This all just comes down to that Omen. All the burden on his shoulder. If he decides to clutch this, well, pretty much it would be absolutely insane.
Yeah, it's literally gonna be nuts if Dennis managed to find the 1v3. The 3 players on Lexious are relatively low. They haven't got shields, so maybe that could be a potential opportunity for Dennis. He himself, though, now his position gonna be basically revealed with that smoke coming out and him having to take down that wall. All the players now gonna concentrate onto screens. The paranoia coming out, but doesn't tag a single player.
Wow.
QPTO will finish it off.
Attackers win.
Lexious Gaming are gonna set a date with Crash Landing on You in the Grand Finals of the Valorant Conquerors Championship, Sri Lanka and Maldives qualifiers.
Yeah.
Look at them. They're not even like ecstatic. They're just like, yeah, we knew we were gonna
Just
win.
casual, just regular day in the office, just doing the work,
Yeah.
destroying noobs, getting back here, just easy for the lads of Lexious Gaming. Absolutely great played, well played from these lads, and as you did mention, only team from Maldives. I mean, these are the cream de la crop. These are the best out there, and you expect them to kind of dominate in these tournaments. Respects for them. I mean, considering the fact that the only team from Maldives region, and they kind of got this win in the semifinals with an absolute banger.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be a Sri Lanka versus Maldives final, which means there's gonna be so much on the line. It's gonna be hella spicy, hella intense. So make sure you're there. Hit that subscribe button. But for now, let's talk about the series itself, because it didn't feel like any of Masters showed up at all, given the compositions this team has played and given the statistics we've seen from them throughout their journey in the Valorant Conquerors Championship. It just felt like it wasn't even an off day. It just felt like the team wasn't on the same page today.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
nerves a little bit, butterflies. Well, I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah, it just seemed like they were kind of missing that tuning, here and there. And
Yeah.
I mean, look, respect to their name, Noob Alliance Whiff Masters. I mean, I personally like that name. NA Whiff Masters, absolutely great and innovative name without a doubt. But I feel like you guys gotta also have not just innovative name. You guys gotta also have some innovative tactics as well, some innovative strategies without a doubt. Because you
Yeah.
guys in the map of bind, you guys had a no duelist composition going in, and we didn't see any kind of innovation going out. We didn't see any kind of curveballs being thrown, which what I was personally expecting. And if you take a look at the predictions as well, I clearly said the Whiff Masters
Yeah.
will be taking it because they had a no duelist composition. And I was like, whoa, we might just see a really tactical team coming out of Sri Lanka, and this might just be absolutely massive from this region. But unfortunately, Whiff Masters completely disappointed us. But on the other hand, Lexious Gaming take replaced their kind of a position in my heart. What about you?
Yeah, definitely. I think Lexious, I'm a big fan. I was always a fan of
Yeah.
Asite and Raitos from the time I've seen
Mhm.
them. But today I feel like Maestro, oh my god. The way
Yeah.
he's able to just be like, come get me, literally, come get me, challenging again and again, and able to hold
Oh
it
my
down.
god.
This is the one of the best anchors I've seen in general. And the fact he's able to pull it off with such consistency really spoke for his ability. At the end of the day, though, it really was. I think we're gonna see the MVP soon enough. I think
Hmm.
after a couple of graphics, but I think my MVP will likely end up being Raitos because I'm a big fan like of players who use their utility with precision. I think Raitos is the perfect description of that. It's not, and to add on, like he always has that crisp aim going on for himself. So the fact that he's able to use his utility so well, got so much value out of an
Hmm.
agent that has
Hmm.
been nerfed to the ground. Like Raze, everything is expensive. The value you get is now doubly worth it. So kudos to Raitos for making it happen.
Yeah, exactly. And we did see that one single showstopper kind of getting a lot of value out of it.
Yeah.
2 kills in single-handedly, and at the same time, he was like, "It's fine if you guys take me out. I've already gotten 3 kills for myself. I mean, I'm down to get traded out." He just kind of
Yeah.
made that suicide play, instantly got himself that kill, then got kind of taken out the game. But look, also at the same time, we did see a lot of Rosa ults.
Yeah.
I mean, do you
Oh.
have anything to say about that?
I think since we're in Sri Lanka, we're supposed to call it hiccups. But sorry, Hika. But
Oh
hey,
man.
yeah, definitely. We saw a lot of missed ults. I'm gonna call them zoning ults. That's what the players
Hmm.
were doing. They were trying to
Hmm.
zone the players away, create some
Is that
space for their teams and all of
is
that.
that
But hey, let's
okay?
take a look at the scoreboard for this match on split. I think the MVP will likely end up being Asite. Yeah, Asite is the MVP. Both of the Jets doing really, really well. But 7 first bloods, most of those with the operator on the defensive half.
Yeah, exactly. Most of those who are definitely kind of operators. And Asire, yep. I mean, this man deserves to be on the top. Look at that. 7 first freaking blood. Wow, absolutely great. Lexious Gaming, each and every single lad in this squad. Look at that. The first 3 that are on the top, including Zek Surf. I mean, of course, that Battle Sage coming in, and just overall, Zexerf is just such a flexible player. Even if he wants to get those kills and do that kind of a duelist role, I'm pretty sure he's really able to do that. And I really wanted to say each and every single lad from the squad of Lexious Gaming is equally skilled. Each and every single player has his own kind of unique role, and they do it pretty much to perfection. On the other hand, of Whiff Masters, I feel like there's a lot of room for improvement. Maybe go back home and try and watch these gameplay VODs again and try and figure out what kind of mistakes you guys made, because maybe in the future, of course, I mean, the chances never end. You guys will probably have a lot of chances in the future as well in a lot much more other places. So maybe, try and get ready for the future upcoming places.
Absolutely. I think that's
Hmm.
the one thing we can count on. At the end of the day, they
Yeah.
are a top 4 team from this
Hmm.
region.
Hmm.
So they do have the capability in them
Yeah.
if they are able to get the refinement through. But at this point, let's look at the MVP of the series. I hope it's Raitos, but I don't think he has the stats to back it up. So it'll probably end up being okay. I wasn't
Maestro.
expecting that.
Oh, my boy Maestro getting himself that MVP as well. Look at him. He's looking absolutely, he's looking angry, not gonna lie. Look at the way he's looking, man. And this is what it really kind of seems like. He got his anger out on them. And Maestro was just absolutely immaculate when it comes to playing that Viper. And then when it comes to playing that Cypher on the split. Just overall, such a flexible player in the squad of Lexious Gaming. Got himself 38 kills. I mean, anything you want to add on to this man? Because I feel like anything we say is just going to be really good.
Nothing to take away from Maestro, but I really do feel like Whiff Masters gave him the MVP because of Bind. This kept going back to him.
True,
And
true,
okay, fair enough though.
true.
To be honest, like it did balance out because on split they never went to him, so it,
Yeah.
it did end up balancing out a little bit. But you see what happens when you go to Maestro, because he certainly is one, and he's just able to pull off consistently the hold down. Like he's always able to get value if you are pushing against him. He also knows, like I noted in Bind itself, we didn't get to see it in split as much, but he is also really good at stepping back. He's not necessarily always
Yeah.
the aggressive player trying to hold them back. When his team wants him to, he's good at stepping back, and the team itself brilliant at retakes. So the only thing I want to see from Lexious Gaming moving forward is possible change in it. But hey, let's have a look at another statistics screen here. It's gonna be the
Mhm.
top 5 players. Insane, of course, gonna be on top. Like his name describes him.
What do you expect? Insane is absolutely insane. He's a madman. I don't know what else to say. Absolute maniac, I guess. You can also call that. On the other
Yep.
hand, Deadshot as well on that board. But yeah, I was getting back to Cupto as well. Like, I have to give this man a lad. I give this man like the appreciation of how good of an anchor he was on the B side. All
Mhm.
the time, if any kind of pushes were trying to happen on the B side, this man was always standing tall like a mountain. He was making sure those pushes are not really happening successfully. Even if they're happening, he's tried to deal as much as damage as possible. And this is what really kind of stood out for me in person when it comes to Cupto in general. But what about you?
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think Crypto, the idea of a good Astro player always is how good you are at being
Mm-hmm.
able to
Mm-hmm.
play your game while being
Mm-hmm.
aware of the entire map in itself. And as you talked about, in his own game, in the anchor position, he was brilliant, able to continuously do it really, really well. But in general, also, he was able to time the gravity wells, the concussion, the smokes to perfection, get
Yeah.
so much value for his team. Taking a look at the bracket, you see both of the teams going on to the finals, which is Crash Landing on You and Lexious. They won 2-0 today because. And that means both of these teams coming into the finals tomorrow, they're going to be feeling a lot of confidence, and it's going to be a clash of the very best.
Exactly. It's definitely going to be clash of the very best. The best from Sri Lanka versus the best from Maldives, and I'm pretty sure already in the chat, people are probably getting hyped up, and they're
Yeah.
probably like, "Oh, let's go Sri Lanka, let's go Maldives." I just want to see a lot of like kind of a rivalry being built because this is what we like, right? We being casters, we like kind of that spiciness in any kind of competition, and this is what just makes it really interesting in general.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just excited to see which team drops that first map because with neither of the team
Yeah.
having dropped a map today in the semifinals, it's going to be a two-way street where if one team drops a map, they might just get so angry they plow the other in the rest of the three, or it might be they actually lose the
Yeah.
confidence. But I do believe that we've got an interview set up for you guys with the winners. Actually, scratch that. I got the wrong call here. But hey, for today, that's going to be all. Make sure you subscribe, hey? Because as we are talking
Sheesh.
about, it's going to be the best of Sri Lanka versus the best of Maldives, the two great island nations clashing off against each other for a spot in that Grand Finals Playoffs for the Valorant Conquerors Championship. This was the VCC brought to you by NODWIN Gaming with Talk Esports as your digital publication partner and Gillette as our grooming partner. Get yourselves a nice clean shave, eh? We'll see you tomorrow with the finals. See you there.